Hi everyone, good afternoon. Please confirm if you can hear me. Hello everyone. Okay, I can hear you. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm so sorry for the little delay. Technical issues. So thank you very much for joining us today. I am more than excited to have you on board. So we're going to start immediately. Once again, welcome to our hands-on data analysis workshop using Microsoft Excel. This program, as you all know, is hosted by Green Data Solution. My name is Chisom Ibemere. If you've been following me on LinkedIn, I know you, I know a couple of persons here. I am the founder of Green Data Solution, and I will be your moderator for today. So we are more than excited to have you all here to learn practical data analysis and visualization skills that can that you can apply right away in your project, right? And also build a quality portfolio. So before we begin, please make sure you've received the course materials and that your Excel software is ready to go. If you got the mail which we shared, and if you filled the form correctly, we sent out a file, an Excel file containing the data set we'll be using today with other resources attached. So you're supposed to have 3 sheets in a file. So please make sure um, you have the Excel file. If you don't have it, I will be sharing, Onara will help me and send it to the group platform right away so that you can download it from the WhatsApp platform and then you can follow along. So please, the file was shared today, and I think it was also shared yesterday as well. So please, for those that want to, follow along or follow the facilitator, please make sure you download and tag along. Okay. So we have. It is my pleasure to introduce our facilitator for today's workshop, and he is no other person than James Isaac. If you're in the platform and if you've taken part of, if you took some of our programs, which one of them is the data cleaning challenge, and the data we concluded, I think, 2 months ago. I'm sure you must have, one way or the other, come across James Isaac. He's a very, very resourceful person in the group and very proactive person, right? So James Isaac is our facilitator for today's workshop. He is an experienced data analyst and trainer who is passionate about helping people gain the skills they need to work with data confidently. He is a certified data analyst with expertise in Power BI, Excel, Tableau, SQL, and much more. He has a background in computer science and experience as a research data analyst at Obafemi Awolowo University. So he specializes in turning complex data into actionable insights. He's passionate about data storytelling. If you've been following him on LinkedIn, you must have come across some of his beautiful analysis and dashboards, right? So he's very good with data storytelling with data, sustainability, and helping businesses make informed decisions through BI, business intelligence solutions. So today, James will guide us through a practical step-by-step session on data analysis and visualization using Microsoft Excel. We all know that Microsoft Excel is a high in demand tool now. So it's a very indispensable tool, especially if you want to go into data analysis, not just data analysis. I don't think there's any. It's very hard to see a startup or any business that don't use spreadsheets, mostly Excel. So Excel is a very versatile tool. So James is going to, use Excel today to help us to tell better story with data in the next 2 or 3 hours. So stick with us, and we will guide you every step of the. If you have any issues as we go, if you have any questions, please put it in the chat. I will respond to them. Okay. So James may not be able to attend to questions, but if you have it, any questions, general question, you can put it on the chat. And also, if you have questions for James, you can also put it on the chat. I will, compile them, and then he will answer all your questions at the end of the sections. Okay. So thank you very much for listening. And James, you can, over to you, please, so that we don't waste. I don't want to take much of our time. So, James, if you can hear me, please go ahead and. You can go. Okay. Sorry. Let me add him to the stage. So welcome, James. Confirm if you can hear me. You are now. You can take over, please.
Hello, good day. Can you hear me? Or good everyone. Please, if you can hear me, let me know so that I can proceed with the speech.
Okay, I can hear you. Please confirm from the. Please, if you can hear him, please indicate. Okay, someone said yes. Okay,
All
they can
right.
hear you very well. So
Okay.
you can go ahead.
All right. Good everyone. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be on this platform this evening. And special thanks to greatest analyst, to Jason particularly. Thank you so much. It's an honor to facilitate this workshop this evening. And without wasting much of our time, so we'll just jump straight into what we have this evening. So we are to make, you know, a presentation, a report, to create a report and a dashboard in Excel. And I'm very sure we are already aware of the importance of, analyzing using Excel. Excel is versatile. Excel is needed, and it is common to all businesses, just like as Chisomat said earlier. And another thing about Excel, and another thing I want to say before we proceed is that uh, for those that have been following me and been following my post on LinkedIn, you will notice that there is something that I always emphasize. I always, add as a plus to my reports. Not just, I believe in, foresight. I believe what capture people for at first is what capture people first is the foresight, what they see first. Do you understand? Like if your visual is not appealing enough, it won't give this for the user to explore more. So I always take note with the fact that I'm making sure that my analysis is accurate and my report is not, there is no error. I also pay attention to my visuals, because that is the first thing that we pull the stakeholder, that we get them interested, in exploring your report to see. So it is very important. And that's what I'm going to show us this. I'm going to show us this evening. As much as I want us to understand how to analyze data, how to get answer our question, the business question, I also want us to pay attention to the best visual to use, the best making your report visually appealing. It's very important, because I'm not going to lie to us. almost all the job I have had so far is as a result of the first impression that my visual had on the the client. It's the first, the first impression, that beauty. You say, wow, this is beautiful. And they give me a trial and I deliver well at the end of the day. So I really emphasize on making your visual very better and very good. And that's what I want to show us on using Excel. Using Power BI is easy, but using Excel is a bit advanced, a bit, difficult. I'm not watching more of. I'm going to be sharing my screen now, and we'll start with the problem statement, then an objective. So I'm sharing my screen. Please, if you can see my screen, just notify me that you can see the screen. Then I will proceed. All right. Please, I've shared my screen now, and I'm on Excel. I'm on the worksheet. So please, if you can see, let me know before I proceed. I'm waiting for a response. Can we see my screen? All right, all right. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, thank you. Okay, so we proceed now. First and fourth, the first thing you want to do or we want to understand is the business problem. I've been asked this question many times by data analysts that if I want to start, if I'm given a project, what's the first thing I have to do? How do I go about it? Where do I start from? And there's a lay down principle, or should I say, steps, in data analysis. There is a lay down step, and I think it's 6 steps in data and in any project that has to do with analyzing data. And the first step is understanding the business problem, understanding the objective. Because the truth is, I submit to us that no matter how well our analysis comes out, no matter how visually appealing our dashboard, our report is, without answering the question primarily, without answering the business question, everything is just a waste, it's just a no. I know we understand that, we know that now by now. So even with the fact that we are paying attention to how well we present or visually appealing we present our report, we also want to pay key attention to the objective, because that is our job majorly. Our job is to answer the question, is to provide solution, and is to to satisfy the objective. If that is not done, then every other work we've done, we are doing is what, or we have done is nothing, like is zero. So I'm going to open the objective. I think it will be part of the material that will be shared to us. So here we have a brief objective and problem statement of what we are asked to do or what we are asked to analyze. And I read, it says to develop, now this is the objective and problem statement, to develop an interactive Excel dashboard that provide real-time insights into key supply chain metrics. So we are dealing with supply chain data set, right? Now you can see we are dealing with the supply chain. It says to develop an interactive Excel dashboard that provide real-time insights into key supply chain metrics, such as inventory levels. We have products performance. Now these are our objectives that we are lighting. The questions we need to answer. We have the inventory levels, we have the product performance, we have order fulfillment efficiency and supplied reliability. And the goal, what is the goal? The goal is to enable the green data. So in this case, we are assuming that the company that gave us this project is Green Data Solution, right? So data solution to make data-driven decision that improve operational efficiency, reduce delays, optimize shipping costs, and enhance overall customer satisfaction. This dashboard will serve as a centralized tool for tracking product availability, sales trend, shipping performance, and production quality, allowing stakeholders to proactively address bottleneck and manage supply chain risks and effectively. Now, this is our objective. This is our progress statement. Now, this is our guide. This is what will guide us in and the analysis and the right chart to use and how well we want our visual to appear, right? So it is very straightforward. and majority of the project are always like comes in this format because that is our job to solve problems. Right now, this is objective, the problem statement. No, because of time, I have I draft out the guidelines which I'll walk us through. Um, I'll walk us through very soon. I draft out the guidelines, the size we are using, the we are going to use, the color. So every one of us, as many that are following along, and as many that we replicate the project after now. So we just have a guideline so that we can be on the same, we can have the same result. I have a guideline here, the size, the color we are going to use. I also drafted the KPIs because now I told you your first work or your first task is to understand the objective. Okay, because of time, I cannot be breaking down the objective for us, but we can go through it. The material be sent to us. I have read the objective through, right? I've understand what the goal is to improve operational efficiency, reduce delay. So now the next thing for me is I want to gather my data set, the data set that will answer this question efficiently for me, right? Here I have the reduced delays, which means I'm gonna have something like a time component or time field in my data set. So this guides me. I have shipping cost, optimizing shipping cost. I have to have shipping cost, field in my data set. So this understanding the objective guides me on the nature and how my data set should be, right? The field I am expected to have. But in our case, I already supplied the data set, which we're going to look in briefly. All right, so let me open out the data set. Now, this is the data set now. Now, here is our data set. So the next step now is to understand the data set inspection, right? To be sure that the fields that are available are sufficient to answer the questions to satisfy the goal, right? And also to check for inconsistency, like data cleaning, which will be the next phase. Now we are through with understanding the objective. Now, if you are following, you will see that I'm taking us through the 6 steps already. The first step, we have understand the objective, the problem statement. The second step, we want to do in data inspection, data collection. We already given the data set, right? So there's no need of you going to collect here and there. We have it here already. Now we want to inspect it. Is it sufficient? Is it okay? We want to clean it. Is it accurate? Is it good to go for our analysis? Now, if you see here, we have the data set. Now, you can be overwhelming. For me, what I do, in understanding my data sets, because sometimes the data can be overwhelming. You might not know where to start from, how to understand each of the field. And so I have a dictionary. I always have a guide, which is a data set dictionary, where each field I explained. All right, each field I explain here. So you can go through the field one after the other to understand um what each field is. For example, you might not know what is SKU. What is SKU? Now we have it here in our data set. We have SKU. So it stands for okay. Yes, the field, right? We have product type, we have SKU, have availability, which indicate whether a product is in stock or out of stock. We have reduced generated stock. So now there are key field I want us to look at here. Air care, and we have skincare. So we are dealing with 3 types of products. We are dealing with cosmetics, we are dealing with air care and skin care. Those are the 3 types of products. And we have the stock keeping units, number 02. I mean, now what is the row? Want to count? Okay, we have 402 rows of data sets, which is not very large. It's not very large. You can still work with that. And we have the price of each of the prototype. We have availability. We have number of products sold, right? We have numbers of products sold. We have revenue generated. Now, let me say one of my secrets what I do, because not all. Now, our guide is the objective and problem statement, right? Now that objective and problem statement will limit the field, how many field we are going to use, right? Because we are not going to use all of the field, because we are being guided by the objective. It is what the objective required of us that we go. So instead of me, overwhelming myself with the whole data set of field, what I do is I I just figure out the column that are crucial, that are important based on the objective and problem statement. So now the next step is want to create a table, right? So I'm going to
Hi everyone. So sorry. I think he's having network issues. Hold on. He will join right back in few minutes. Thank you.
All right, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Okay, so let me share back and continue. All right, so let's go straight into it now. So now the data set is clean. You verify by expanding your filter and check if there's any consistency or any error. So you can walk through that. If we have here career A, career B and C, they are all, so the data set is actually clean and it is good to go, ready to use. Now the next step is we want to create a table, right? So I'm going to create because it's professionally done well when you analyze your data set from a table. Okay. So and how do I do that? I'm going to highlight the rows, the orange. Now this is not in table yet, it's in a range. So I'm highlighting the orange. I'm converting it to table by control T, right? Control T, and I check my table as headers, right? Okay. Now I have sorry, let me go back. I want to do this in another sheet. Yes, that is advisable. I want to transfer this to another sheet because I might want to come back to rectify or to change something. So I don't want to. This will be my raw, right? This will be my raw data. So let me just copy, move. Let me create a copy. All right. So we'll be using this. We'll be using this. Let me name it. Okay, this is it. So, let me give this a name. Let's say our data. Let me call it the data table, right? Data table. This one. This is our raw. This is our raw data. This is our will be our table data. So now Let me create a table again. Let me highlight everything, Control T, and I have my table. Yes. So I have it in, so I have my data set in the table now. Now, what is the next thing we want to do? Now, we'll begin to, do our analysis. Remember, our guide is our objective. Okay. So, and I have tried to bring, I have studied my objective. Because of time, I don't want to begin to break it here. I've broken it down on the charts that we need, the KPIs that is needed to answer these questions, right? And here's the breakdown. Here's the breakdown. So I have KPIs. So we'll be needing 6 KPIs, to answer the questions here. And no KPIs, which is key indicators, right? We have the total revenue. We'll be having our total revenue, our total cost, profit margin, total products sold. We have the average lead time, which will help us in tracking reduced delays, and also we have defect rates. Okay, so it is very important to understand the domain that you're working on, so that you can understand the terminologies you can use, and you can understand the field, the columns of the data set is very, very important, right? And that's why I did I did the dictionary here. In case you don't know what is deflect rates, now this is deflect rates, the percentage of products found to be defect no defective, the percent of product found to be defective. So if there's any other column that is confused, you don't understand what it is, just come here to get the definition. All right, I haven't said that. Now let's go back to our breakdown. So we have our KPI. So you know we'll be calculating these 6 KPIs on our having them on our dashboard, right? And next one is now to answer this question, I broke. I have 3 sections. I divided it into the body of the report, right? After our KPIs. Normally, KPIs always, the top, always at the top, then followed by the body of the body visuals. Now, I broke it into 3. We have the inventory and sales performance. So we'll be calculating this inventory and sales performance. And to answer this, right, to answer this question, inventory and sales performance, we'll be having 3 charts. We'll be having 3 charts. I'm just giving us a breakdown of how the charts that were expected to, have on our Excel, on the dashboard to answer the problem statement. Now, this year, very, very, I did it very, very clear and detailed, that we can, so that we can understand better. Okay. Now we have number 1, we'll be having sales distribution by product type, and the chart type we'll be using donut chart, right? And I also have what to plot the X versus the Y, because chart is all about X and Y, X and Y. Your category against your number, your category against your value, right? Your category against your value, either in X or Y. So that's just the all about chart. And the purpose is to compare sales contribution by product category. So we want to compare the sales contribution by product category. What is the contribution of each product? Okay, that is sales distribution product. And we have top selling SKU. So we figure out the top selling, so that they can keep track of their top selling SKU, right? To identify high demand individual items. That is the purpose, which is also deduced from here. And then we have revenue by product type, to understand which product category generates revenue. So I have it in 3 sections: inventory and sales performance. Now, shipping performance, remember, it's part of the requirement. If you check, it says optimize shipping costs. Okay, so I have shipping performance, which is also being 3 charts, right? We'll have this shipping cost by carrier, and we have the purpose and the insight. This is very important. The purpose here is very important. It's what is guiding us, right, to make sure that it is answering our objective. So we have to visualize which carrier drives most shipping costs, compare delivery speed across carrier, evaluate speed differences between transport method. And with number three, the last part will be supply and manufacturing. Supply and manufacturing. So this is also divided into three aspects. Three. We're having three charts also. And the three purposes to show where we have product volume by supply. We'll be showing production responsibility per supplier. We'll be showing a manufacturing cost by supplier, which is compare production costs between suppliers. And we will show defect rates by supplier. This will be in a table, and that will be to identify supplier with quality issues, right? Quality issues. So this is all the charts and visual that we need and KPIs that we need to answer the problem statement and objective. So after this section, you can go but you might not, most of us might find this as a you might find this as a jargon, so you might not really understand what is going on. But just after this workshop, you can sit with this, try to understand the objective and the breakdown here. It will be very clear to you, and so this is how I work. This is how I do. When I get objective, I'll get my objective. What I do is that I come up, write out my KPIs that are crucial to answer the questions, and also the body of the, I have them in table like this, the type of chart I want to show, the best chart to show this kind of contribution. If you look at, I'm using donut chart to show sales distribution by prototype. Why? Because my prototype, I only have we have the prototype in only in three categories. We have the cosmetic, I can't remember the other two, but there are three product category, right? So donut chart will be the best to show. I've seen some chart where some people use donut chart or pie charts to show up to 10 categories, up to 15 categories, and that is not nice. That is wrong, because showing your 10 categories on a donut chart or pie chart will be too cumbersome. The information or the insight will not be visible. It will not be properly presented. But using a donut chart for three categories, four categories, okay, all right. So that is how the idea about donut chart. And column chart also. Column chart can be used, to verify. And it can be used for many categories, like top 10, top 20, and so on and so forth. Now, let me show us the end product then before we begin to build. Because now we have draft out, we have our we have come out with the chart and the analysis, right, that we want to perform on Excel to answer the question. Now the next thing is what will be the layout. Okay, because we are building, remember the requirement, it says to develop an interactive Excel dashboard. So we're developing dashboard. Please, if you can still hear me, I would love to see our comments, please, because it seems I've been talking alone. So and I can't see you. So if we are hearing me clearly and we are understanding clearly, please just drop the comment, so I will check it out to be sure. I will check it out to be sure. So, okay, somebody says, please, I miss how to create the table. All right, so I just want to be sure. I just want to be sure that we are hearing me, and so that I won't be talking to the air. All right. So let me go back quickly and okay, how we created the table. It was not difficult. What I did was that I highlighted the orange, right, and I press Control T. Okay, so Control T, and I click on OK, and here we get our table. So that's how we got the table for the person that was asking. All right, okay, thank you so much. I can see. All right, okay, you are hearing me. Thank you so much. On now, okay, so the next thing is our layout, because the requirement is interactive Excel dashboard, right? We have to create a dashboard, not a report. So we have to create a dashboard. So now we have our KPIs, we have the body visuals. Now, how do we show this? How do we, organize this? Because alignment is also important for dashboard. The beauty of dashboard is the proper alignment, where the user or stakeholder can understand and navigate it, without any guide. It's very, very important. And this is also another issue, another challenge for we data analysts. Okay, now I have the visuals I want to display. I know what I want to show. I know the chart I want to show, but how do I want to arrange it? How do I want to align it? How do I want to showcase it? How do I want to place it? It's also important. Okay, and one of the things that can help you is you can check out people, having drafting out your metrics out like this. It helps you. It helps you to, come up with, it helps you to imagine how the alignment should be properly. That is why it is best you start this way. You understand? You write out just as how I table it like this, and you just, this is how I do it. You just draft out the metrics. It helps you. It always helps me very well. It helps me to be able to properly, you know, imagine or draft out the layout of my widgets, the layout of my dashboard. Okay, now I have 6 KPIs. I have 3 visuals per section of the information that I want to display. And okay, so let me take us to now. This is the end product. This is what I've done, right? I've converted these draft out, right? These answers to the objective and problem statement to this in Excel. Okay, if you look at the top here, I have the 6 KPIs: the total revenue, the total cost, the profit margin, the product total products sold, average lead time, and defect rates. I have my 6 KPIs, and then if you look at the way I arrange for the 3 tables, if you look at the heading here, inventory and sales performance, meaning that the 3 visuals, these 3 charts under this, they are under this inventory and sales performance, where we have the top selling SKUs, we have the sales distribution by product type, and I have the revenue by product type, right? And we have the shipping performance. Now, this part answer the question on shipping performance. You see how I'll outline this, and then the last one is supply and manufacturing. Now you see I have my visuals, and again I want you to pay attention to something. If you look at what I did, if you look at the middle here, the middle part of the dashboard, you will see that it is donut chart throughout. This is donut chart. I'm going to show us how to create this shortly. It's just a fancy way of creating a donut chart, because I always want to do something unique, different, right? I don't want to have okay, I can create a, day-to-day donut chart that people used to create, but me, I want mine to be different. I want it to be, unique and visually appealing. So that's why I have it in this design. Okay, it's just a design, and I'm going to show you how to do that now. But what I want you to pay attention to is, if you look at this, you see that the middle part here is only donut chart I use throughout, right? If you look at the top here, I use bar charts and column charts. Bar chart, column chart. Here, I use donut chart throughout, and down here, I use mixture. I have donut these bar charts. I have donut charts, and I have table. Now, I could have, put this donut chart up, put this one down, but the goal, remember, alignment is very important. Consistency is very important to your dashboard. Beyond the colors and beyond the insight, alignment is part of the, should I say, factors that contribute, that influences insight. I don't know if you get that. So it is very important that your alignment is top notch. So I make sure I put this donut chart for consistency. It does not give that if you look at the dashboard, it's not giving a feeling of noise. Okay, everything's scattered everywhere. At a glance, you can quickly understand what is going on. Right? Oh, I have my KPIs up here. Oh, I have this outline. I don't know if you're getting what I'm trying to explain. So that alignment is very important, and so it's not that you just have a chart and just insert it anywhere on the dashboard or insert it on any widget. No, you need to be sure, you need to be careful, you need to pay attention to where you want to put each, you know, chart. Okay, and here I have my slicer and I have the options that the title that identify that here is my slicer, and we have some navigation which will take us to, here, this now should take me to our table, right? And I have I have a button here that takes me back to the dashboard, right? And this should take me to the pivot table, okay? And I have the back button that takes me back to my dashboard. So this is what we are creating. This is all that we need to answer the question given to us. And it's an interactive dashboard. If you see now, this is location. When I click, you see the interaction. Now you can see the interaction um, with the dashboard. Now, so the dashboard is actually interactive, and it answer the goal of the project. So this is what we're going to create from start to end. And so one more thing I wanted to say is what I want to say. Okay, so I will say that. So let's move to our data set. Now this, we are back here. We create our table, right? We have created our table. So the next thing now is we want to create our pivot table. Want to create our pivot table. Now in Excel, pivot table is like the powerhouse of our data analysis, and it helps our dashboard to be interactive. Pivot table is our powerhouse, and it helps our dashboard to be interactive. So pivot table is like um, an advantage for us. If you can use pivot table, if you understand pivot table, then it will you will be a pro in data visualization in Excel. So pivot table is the powerhouse. Pivot table is the good to go. So as many of us that we are new to it, so you will understand now from this workshop on how to go about pivot. So quickly, without wasting more of our time. So the where do we locate our pivot table? We come to insert, right? So we come to insert. Under insert, we have pivot table. So we click on pivot table. Now this this box will pop up, will appear. My table here is table 2. Okay, the name of the table is table 2, right? Now I want the pivot table to be in a new worksheet. I don't want it on this sheet. I want it in a new worksheet, and I'm not adding it to data model. I just want it in a new worksheet. Then I click on OK. Now here I have my pivot table. I know many of us we are used to pivot table already, so it's not going to be new thing for us. So let me just give my sheet a title, call it pivot table. Now I have my pivot table. So the next thing I want to you want to analyze is my KPIs, right? KPIs. Pivot table is so powerful that it helps us to summarize in our data sets. It helps us to calculate it quick and straightforward. So the first thing is total revenue. Total revenue. So here, so I come here on our pivot table field. These are the field lists. If you look at this part here, this gives us the list of the table, all the lists we have on our table, right? Starting from the product type to the cost. So here, this way we'll be dragging and dropping to this our field. We have the filter, we have the column, we have the rows, we have the values, right? So we'll be dropping here in the columns and field values. Okay, so our first KPI is the total revenue. So we are looking for revenue generated. So our revenue generated. So you can just click on it, or you can drag and drop. So when you click on it, it will, automatically, comes to value. And here we have it. This is the total revenue we have. We have like 2 million plus sum of revenue generated, right? So what is the next? We have total costs. Okay, total costs. So I look for cost. Yes, cost. I bring it under value. So I have revenue, I have cost. Now the next KPI is profit margin. Now our profit margin, we don't have profit margin here. right? We need to calculate for that. We need to calculate our profit margin, right? So how do we do that? That is where our table becomes very handy to use. Now that's where our tables helps us, because now now the table is in power pivot now, okay, and we don't have originally we don't have profit margin here, but we can calculate that profit margin field, and it will automatically join to this table, which we update in our pivot table. You understand? That's what the power of having your data in table. But if we do the table, if we do calculate the profit margin here in our range, it will not we will not be able to update it in pivot table. This is the power of our data being in table, our data being in table. So now I'm going to have the profit margin. Okay, now you see it's in the table already. So what would be, let me put on my formula bar. Very important. Okay, what will be the formula of my profit margin? Profit margin should be in percentage, right? Should be percentage. Originally, profit is, sorry, this is not correct. Originally, profit is revenue minus cost. Now, on this our table, we have revenue, we have cost, right? And we can calculate our profit margin right away. So our profit margin will be revenue minus cost divided by revenue, right? Divided by revenue. So that will give us our profit margin. And so I will come to the formula bar here, equals to, I will locate my revenue generated. I have it here. So I click on this, right? Then minus, let me put it in parentheses, right? Minus cost. I have my costs. Click on cost. Then I close my parentheses. Then I use the divide, symbol, and I click on revenue. I choose revenue. I select revenue generated. So this would give me profit margin. So I click on enter. Now you see, because it's on table, it automatically generates the revenue for all, it generates it for all the rows. So we have our profit margin calculated. So let's go back to our pivot table. But if you look at pivot table, we can the profit, what do you call it now? The profit margin is not here. So how do we reflect? How do we cause it to be reflected here or to show here? So what we do is we come to analyze, analyze, and under refresh. So just click on refresh all. Okay, so when we click on refresh all, now we will have our profit margin. Now you can see profit margin as appear in the pivot table field. So now I can now drag my profit margin to my value. Now I have the profit margin here. Okay, I have the sum of the profit margin. We are going to have it in percentage. Shortly, we are going to format that. Now next is total products sold. Let me be fast. I want to be fast now because of time. So sorry, please. So please, I'm not trying to be slow so that I can be beginner friendly, but because of time, I'm going to be a bit fast, please. So just follow me through, and I think you can get the video later on to follow anywhere you missed out. So next thing is average lead time and defect rate. So lead time, where's my lead time? I have lead time here. So I bring it over here. I have my lead times. Then lead time should be in days, right? It should be in days. Then average watts. What is that again? Okay, defect rates. We have defect rate here. Okay, we have defect rates, which we should, I think, will be in percentage too. So I bring it here. Now we have our defect rates. So these are our KPIs. Now what is next thing? We want to format the KPIs properly. Let's format the KPIs properly. The pivot table I did. So our revenue will be in dollars. Be in dollars. The sum of costs will also be in dollars. Average profit margin, we're expecting it to be in percentage, and products sold is in units. average lead time will be in days, and this will be in percentage. So now, how do we format this? How do we format this? Sum of revenue. So I have the format here. So you can get this from the material. So I'm using these custom formats. Okay, this is saying 1 million should be formatted as you know, $1 million in M, 1 million, which is in M. Then 1,000 should be in K and the unit. So we're using these. We're using these. We're using these custom formats, right? So let me just copy. So I'll be copying most of them because of time. So instead of creating it over and over again. So now, how do we bring out our custom format? Control one, bring out this. I go to custom. Just select anyone. Cancel this. Paste this. Right. Let me take off. Paste this. So let me take off these parentheses. So we want to have it this way. If you look at this, it's showing here the sample $2.3 million. So that's the format we want to have. Then I click on OK. All right. So we have this. So it's same thing for this. Same thing for the cost. So I just what I do we do is I'll go to home. I'll use for my format painting and then format the cost. I just have it straight up like that instead of redoing it. Then for the profit margin, do I have it here? Okay, the profit margin is just in. So you just come here and put it in percentage. Okay, is it percentage? Let me check. All right. Okay. Okay, is in percentage. Sample. Our lead time, we leave it this way. We leave it this way because it's in days. Then defect rates should be in percentage too. All right. So the next thing is okay, we have our KPIs. Let's go and create our dashboard background. So I'll begin to populate. I want to quickly begin to populate our KPIs, our metrics on our dashboard. So I'm going to create another I'll tag this. This is another sheet. Tag this dashboard. I need to be fast now. Dashboard. So first thing is go to view. I want to take off let me leave. Okay, let me take off. Should I no, let me leave the formula. Take off the headings. No, leave the headings for now. Take off the grid lines, right? So these are dashboard. This is the guideline. You understand? This is the guideline. So we're using I'm using 6.97 by 11.16 inches. Okay. So you can follow if your Excel is in inches, if it's centimeter, you can convert it. I'm using 6.97 by 11.16, inches. So I bring out shape. I'm using the rectangle shape, right? So we have under the formats the height. What is it again? 6.97, 11.16, 6.97, 11.16. All right, so this is the size of my background dashboard. Now, what will be the color? What will be the color? So I put the color code here. I'm using PRM. The color code here, 34, 37, 44. So if you're using X, you can convert that. All right, so that is color code. I'm going to use control 1. Under the format paint, my field. So I want to change the color, more color. So this is it. I'm using RGB, right? RGB. You can use if you have, because of the version of the exam I'm using, it doesn't have X. So you can just convert that. So the color is 34, 37, 44, 34, 37, 44. So this is the color code. This is a dark color that I'm using because the dashboard is in dark mode. Okay, all right. So I take out the lines. I don't want lines. No lines. So this is the background, right? What about the wallpaper? What about the wallpaper? Let me take off this stuff. Yeah. So I just enough space. What about the wallpaper? What will be the color? Let me check at the color code. If you look at the wallpaper here, I have the color code 21, 23, 29. So the color code, so I just you press Control A, come to your home. Under this your field color, expand it, come to more colors, custom. So I'm using custom, which is 21, 23, 29, 21, 23, 29. So this is what the color I'm using for my wallpaper. Now I have this, right? So that is the color for the wallpaper. If you look at the difference, this is the color for the background and the wallpaper. And then next is I am having it in this layout, right? Let me come to the one I did here. So we want to have it in this layout. Our KPIs to be at the top here. Then the navigation pan and the body visual, right? So I'm going to insert another shape. Okay, so this one will be for my navigation pan. What is the size? This is I have it here 6.26 1.49, 6.26 1.49. Sorry, here. So format your height 1.49. Okay, am I correct? All right, so that is correct. So we have it here. So just place it somewhere, here. And what color are we using? What color are we using? So the color for that would be, I'm using a gradient color, right? I'm using a gradient color, which is two colors. This will be the first one. This will be the second one. So what will be the, how do I do that? Control 1 to bring out this filling, format shape. So under, I'm using a gradient fill. So I'm going to take off these. I just need two, 1 and 2. Let me place this here. So for this one, I'm giving it a custom color, which is 59, 64, 70, 59, 64, 70. Okay, so that's for that. Then for this, the color will be more colors. The color will be 45, 48, 55. 45, 48, 55. Okay, all right. So that is a gradient color we are using. And I take off the line, no outline. Now it's already looking at like it. So this, now what is the idea? The idea is that as we move, to the top, the color fade. The color fade so that we can see the it can differentiate the widget for us. If you look at the wallpaper is more darker than the background of the dashboard, and the background of the dashboard is more darker than than the navigation pan. Now this is the same color I'm using for our KPIs. So I just Control D, duplicate this, and resize it for my KPI. My KPI size is 0.85 by 1.28. 0.85, 1.28. So I come here, 0.85, 0.85, 1.28. All right, so this is the size for our, this is the size we're using for our KPIs, right? So I place it here. Let me see this one. How I, okay, this is how I place it. So we need 6, right? So I place this close to D like this. So Control D. So I just place it next to it, and then Control D to have the third one, D, D, D. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have the 6 already, and they are properly outlined, right? This for our KPIs. Now for the body, Control D, duplicate. What is the size? The size is 1.55 by 1.55, 2.92. 1.55, 2.92. So I have 1.55, 2.92. All right, so this is how do I place it? Okay, so I'll give it space for the title. So I place it here. Control D for the second one. Just make sure it's properly outlined here. So I have this. Now I can highlight the 3 of them. Control D, place this, move it downward. Okay, and Control D. So I think I need to move this up a bit. Let me move it up a bit, and let me move these two up a bit. Move everything up a bit. All right, so that's yes. So I think now this is okay. All right, so um all right, so this is our dashboard, right? This is the widget we have arranged for the KPIs. We have for the 3, you know, I think I need to give I need to give a space for the title. Okay, just make sure you are outlining it. It's perfect, right? It's perfect. So now next thing is like I said, I'll be copying some write-ups here because I don't want to be typing all over again because of time. So I'll be copying some write-ups here. The first thing is I will copy this one. We have inventory and sales performance. I copy this. So just control copy. Then I bring it to this one here, paste it. Oh, this is where I have it. So now how do you enter you use text, right? You use when you go to insert, where is your these are text, it's under shape. So you use text box. So I just want to show how I wrote that. So you use text box to write these inventory. Let me just do this. Then you format it by coming to format, fill, no fill, outline, no outline, right? Then you want to give it white color. You come to home, under um colors, we are giving it white, right? Okay, I need to highlight it, then come homes, I give it white. Okay, then I bold. So that's how I type this stuff. So just for you to know. Okay, so we have our this will be for inventory and sales performance, this will be for shipping performance, and this will be for supplier and manufacturing. Okay, so having done that, next thing we want to do is let me just make this fast as possible. Let me bring let me bring my the title. Let me bring my KPIs titles and the what do you call it now, the icons, right? Now the icons, you will find it part of the materials given to us. If you come under resources, you see all the icons here that we'll be using, so you can get the icons from here. Okay, I just want to be fast, so I don't want to be entering. So I am
Hi,
going.
James.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm so sorry to cut you short. I think someone is complaining that you're too fast.
Wow.
So maybe you can slow down a bit so that they can understand, even if they need to go over the video so that they can understand and then follow uh, along. Okay, I'm so sorry, please.
Okay, I'm just being time conscious. Okay. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so I'll go slow now. The next thing we want to do now is I want to label our KPIs. We have the six here already. One, two, three, four, five, six, right? And we'll have the labels and we have the icon. Okay. So how do you bring up your icon? Depending on, come to your resources here. I have for this icon. So just copy it, come to your dashboard and paste it here. Then bring it, just make sure that it is, just put it in a nice location there. Then I have, let me copy all of these. These are the icons. You can use any icon that you feel okay, but pay attention to the color. If you look at the color of the icons I'm using, it blend with the dashboard, right? It blends with the dashboard I'm creating. I'm using kind of a bluish, blue black. It's kind of transparent, kind of the construct is very, very dark, but I make sure that it's not too obvious. Now, I notice some people in their report, they always make their icon too obvious, like maybe too large, and the color pops out too much. The icon is not actually needed in the dashboard. It's not necessary. It's just to give it a beauty and they kind of give it more content, like more description, right, to your data. So it's not what the user or the stakeholder is looking out for. They're not watching out for the icon. It's your KPIs, your data. Do you understand? So your icon should not be too obvious. Your icon should not be too large. The color should be cool, should be calm. Okay. So and they should blend with the widget. You understand? Just match the color in a way it comes out well. So that is just the idea about the icon. So the next thing now is the title. Okay, the title. And what I will just do is I can duplicate this, Control D, and edit this to total revenue right. And let me see the way I wrote this. Okay. If you look at this color, this white, right, is purely white, but I will love to dim the color a bit. Coming to home, I want to give it this 5% darker. I want to add 5% darker to the white. No, I think that is not dark enough. Just to separate my title. The idea is to separate my title from the KPI itself. Okay, so I can use something like this, right, and reduce. So Control A. Let me reduce. So you can reduce from here. I wanted to use shortcut, but because of sake of others now, or I can reduce to 8. I think 8 is okay. So you just bring it here, right? Um, like what I did here. Let me show us. I want to use the exact. I use 8, and I use, okay. I use 35% dark, darker to it. 35%. So let me come back here. Let me edit this. Let me use 35. Oh, yes, this is it. All right. So we have our total revenue. Just resize this. So I can duplicate this for the next one, and give it a title. What is the title? Total costs, right? So I just change this revenue to costs, total costs. Okay. So that's how you type, you label your KPIs. So let me just copy the rest from here, since we already know how to do it that way. So just copy the rest from here, copy, and I will paste it here. So I arrange it here. I have my total profit. Okay, I have the total product sold, an average lead time, and defects rate. Right. So the next, now we have our KPIs labeled. So now let's bring the KPIs now itself. Let's populate it into our dashboard, just like how we have it here, where we have our total revenue, and so on and so forth. So we go to our pivot table, right? Pivot table. Yes, so we're here in the pivot table. So how do you take your data from your pivot table to your dashboard? How do you populate to your dashboard? So how you do that is, the way I do that, I come to the second cell, after this dashboard, below the pivot table, and I you click, you type equals to, you click on, pick the first KPI, and you click on enter, right? So what I'm doing is that I'm trying to copy the KPIs to another, to the cell below it. Now, why is that so? I cannot I cannot directly, pick, based on the version of exam I'm using. I cannot directly populate my KPIs on this directly to my dashboard. So I will use this. Okay. So what equals to does is that equals to link, the equals to sign, it link whatever cells that you picked to that cell. So any changes that happen to the cell that you selected, that change, the same changes will happen to that same cell. That is what equals to does. So I do it again, click on this. Although it's not in the right format, I can format it. Just select my revenue, go to home, format painter, then I click on this. I format it in the same way. So I'll do the same thing here, equals to this, enter, come here, equals to this, enter, equals to this, enter, equals to this, enter. Okay. So so I can home, format painter, just format it to be the same way. Okay, let me come back, click on this, home, format painter. Okay, there's no formatting here anyway. Home, format painter. Now we have this. So now the next thing now to do now is now, okay, we want to take it to our dashboard. Now here in our dashboard, you bring out, go to insert and bring your text box. Bring your text box out. Okay, you place it here. Total revenue. Remember, we want to populate for the total revenue. This is Excel. As I told you that Excel is, if it's a PowerPoint or Power BI, is drag and drop. You just bring your card and you just drop your vehicle. But here now we just Excel, we need to do this. It's a long process actually. So now my having my text box highlighted, I come to my formula bar, I click on equals to, okay? So I go to my pivot table sheet. If you look at the formula bar, it's already showing that I am on pivot table sheet, right? So I now click on the cell I want to populate, which is the second one we enter. Now is an A5 equals to pivot table is the sheet and A5. So I'm on A5 cell in pivot table. So I click on enter and I have it, my figure populated in my dashboard, which is 2.3 million for our total revenue, right? So now I'm going to format this properly. I go to my format. I don't want a fill. I don't want outline. So I come to insert home to give the figure. I want to give it white, right? I want to give it center, and I will increase it's just the normal formatting, right? I increase the font to 14. So this is what I have. So I place it properly. Okay. So we're not going to go through this for the next. Let me increase it to 16. I think so that it will be bigger. All right, so we have our revenue. So we have this, exactly what we would do for all other KPIs, right? This is exactly what we do for all other KPIs. So the fast way to do that, so to save you time, instead of you repeating the process all over again. So what you can do is click on this, duplicate it, bring it to total cost. All right, then come here, erase this, click on equals to, go to your pivot table. We are on sum of cost now and enter. Now we have this, but the formatting has changed. No problem. Click on this first one, go to home, use your format painter to give it back the same, format. Okay, so that makes it very fast. I duplicate this, do for profit margin 2, come up here, clear this, equals to pivot table. I'm going to profit margin, enter. All right, what do I do? I click on this format painter, I format it, yes, right. I duplicate this, come here, I clear this, equals to pivot table, click on this, enter, click on this, home, format painter. See, it's fast that way. I duplicate, bring it over. Now we are coming to average lead days. Okay, come to my formula bar, clear equals to pivot, sorry, pivot table. Where are we? Yeah, enter. Oh, sorry, I did the wrong one. Average lead time equals to pivot table. Oh, I noticed something. We didn't do for total product sold. Okay, that was where the mistake is coming from. So this is our lead time. Let's go back to our pivot table. Let's open it up. Our products total sold is not there. Total quantity sold, right? Let me look for it. Number of products sold, yes. I need to bring it in. So I have it here. Number of products sold, but no. Okay. Number of products sold. I should bring it to the last. Let me take it to the end. All right. Yes, this is the number of products sold. Okay. Let me see. In what format do I have it? Okay, in K. Let me check. Do I have it here? Okay, so but for our total product suite, we're using this custom formats. All right, we're using the custom format. Let me copy. So you highlight. Remember, is average. Okay, sorry, is our lead time. Our lead time is not sum of lead time. Lead time is not sum. It should be average, right? Not sum. So under this, how do I change this to average? So it is. We do it here. Come to this value. Come to this pivot table field. Come to the value. So I think 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This third one is our sum of. You open up value field settings, and here we have sum of lead time. So we change it to average. All right. So we can click on average. Now we have it in average. Okay. So we have the average. So I will do my, you know, put it here back. Yes. Right. So what will be the formatting? I need to get rid of the decimal. So just come to home, get rid of the decimal. Let's have just one decimal. Format paints. So let's go back to our number of products sold. Now, number of products sold, control 1 to give it a proper formatting, custom format. Let's pick anyone here. Let me clean this. Then paste. Oh, let me copy it again. This right, copy, paste it here. So this is the format we are using. So it will be 185, thousand. So we have our unit K as the unit. Okay. So I have this equals to, bring it downward. So formats, home, format painter, and I have this. All right. So now let's go back to our dashboard. Now you see that our lead time has changed, right? It has changed properly. Then what will be our total product sold? Let me duplicate this, bring it here. Okay, come to your formula bar. Let's take off this, equals to pivot table, um, number of total products sold, which will be our sum of number of products sold, right? So you click on this, enter. Now we give it a proper formatting like the rest using format painter. Yes. So we have total products sold. Now the defect rate, same thing. We'll do Control D, bring it over. I'm coming to. Okay, I'll take off the original one, equals to, come to pivot table, defect rate, this is it, enter. Yes, so we format it properly. Format painter, boom. All right. So we have our KPIs set up already. We have the total revenue, the total cost, profit margin, total product sold, average lead time, and the defect rate. Now, what's the next thing? Without much wasting much time any longer, let's move to the body of the visual, right? So now coming over here, I'm sure we're still together. And so coming over here, um, well, the first one is inventory and sales performance, right? Inventory and sales performance. And the three charts we are having is donut chart, column chart, and bar chart. So our donut chart will be sales distribution by product type, and we use column chart for top selling SKUs, and bar chart for revenue by product type. So which are we going for first? Like the way I did it here, the donut chart, I place it in the middle, right? In the middle. So let's go first. Let's go for top selling SKU, top selling, store keeping unit, which is with column chart. And what are we plotting against? What are we plotting against? What we are plotting the SKU versus the number of products sold. So we want to know the top selling we can give it 10. You can say 10 top 10 selling SKU, by number of products sold, and that is to determine the high demand of individual items. So let's go back to our pivot table. So I'll just copy this pivot table up here. I'll copy it, come below, paste, and get rid of everything here. Get rid of everything. So I have this. So I have can do this later. So I have this now. So I'm going to drag SKU. I'm going to drag it in my rows. So we have all the SKU in the rows and number of products sold in the values. So this will be our X and Y SKU, and but we're not showing, or want to show just the 10 top selling, right? So first I'm going to sort this. Okay, how do I do that? So on this SKU, I'm going to sort or group. Let's see. I want to filter. Yes, filter top 10. So you come here, right click on the SKU and come to filter. Then you see top 10. Click on it. So we have this pop up. We have top 10 items. So you are dealing with items by sum of number of products. So then you click on OK. So we have it reduced to 10. So these are the top 10 that we have. And I want to have it in descending order. So I'm going to sort these to smallest to largest. Yes, let me do smallest to largest, because once we insert our charts, it's going to be formatted to, it should be sorted to largest to smallest. So now this is what I have. Now what is the next thing? Now I want to have our charts. Now I always recommend doing your inserting your chart outside of the pivot table. Most people do it on a pivot table, by coming to highlighting the pivot table, coming to analyze, and you come to recommended pivot chart, right? Pivot chart, and you can select your chart from here. But for flexibility sake, and for you to be able to, format, do some advanced formatting to your chart, I always advise to do the chart, plot the chart outside of the pivot table. And how do we achieve that? First of all, let's change this table. Let's change this table to come to analyze, no design. Under design, let's change the table to, you see, report layout. Let's change it to tabular form, show in tabular form, right? So I can have our SKU, then take off the grand totals for both rows and columns. So you have the grand totals now. So we have this. So this is what we need. Now the next thing is, let's come here. So I want to populate this figure, this data out of my pivot table by using equals to. I click on this, enter. I have this. Then now look at what did I do? Let me do it again. I click equals to, and I select the first column here, and I entered. So it gave me what it was here, which is SKU. Then I come over my mouse here, then I have this plus, and I drag, to have this. Then I come and I drag down the word here so that I can populate all this. You see how it works. So this is how to populate, get your data from your out of your pivot table, So this is what I'm going to use for our charts. So I want to use for our charts. Now the next thing is okay, plotting the chart. Let's plot the chart straight up. So I just align this insert column chart. Where's my column chart? Yeah, this one, using this column chart. So this is the chart, right, that we are plotting. And if you see, let me see, is it looking alike? Okay. I need to, let me sort this. Let's sort, let's sort from largest to, okay, yeah, largest to lowest, okay, largest to lowest. So this is the column chart for the 10 best selling SKU. So just get rid of, now let's format the charts. Let's get rid of the lines, chart, no, don't get rid of assets, sorry. We got rid of the lines and the title. Okay, so this is what we want to achieve. We want to achieve this, right? We want to achieve this. Now, if you look at this chart here, let me use this as an example. What can you see here? We see the column chart for each of the 10 um, SKU with this gradient color, right? This gradient color. And we have a data label on it, and we have a trend line. We have a trend line that show, that show the trend of the. So how do I achieve this? Now coming over to here, let me get rid of this, the y-axis value. We will just maintain this. I will data label, put on my data label. Yeah, then I put on my trend line. Now under this trend line, you see this arrow. We don't want this kind of trend line, so we choose the type we want. We have different. We have linear, exponential, we have linear forecast, we have 2 periods. So I use 2 period moving average. So that was the this. And how do I put the color? Now having the color, the gradient color, come to your resources. Under resources, you will see this. I've already made the color here. This is just this is a, what do I call it now? It's a shape. Okay, it's a rectangle shape. And so I just color it, give it the gradient color that I need, like, which is kind of red and orange, right? When you do control one, you see it here. Look at so I give this the orange, give this the red. So how this color. So what I do is I will just copy, control C. I copy this image with the color, come over to my pivot table, click on this column, and I paste. This is that simple. And I paste, and I have this. Okay, so that's how to do it. So I have this. So what I want to do next is to remove the background color, right? Control one to bring out our formatting pane. So I highlighting you see what I'm highlighting? I'm highlighting the whole chart. So I come to no fill and no outline. Okay. The next thing is the what do you call it now? The trend line. I want to change the color of the trend line. So I click on the trend line, come to the chromatic painting, I give it this orange color. Okay, I give it the orange color. So now we can take this to our dashboard now. So how do you take to our dashboard? Control X, I cut it, come to my dashboard. Let me close this. Come here and I paste. Okay, so I paste. Now let me format it properly. If you look at this, there is a border line here on this label. So I click on this X axis, come to your design, no, not design, sorry, let's go to format. Come to format, I want to give it no fill and no outline. Okay, um come to home. Let's read, we're going to reduce the size. Now we want to give it the color that comes pop out, which is our, we're going to give it a color, the X label, the X axis label. Now we're giving it this, not, yeah, we're giving it this color. Okay, I think this dark white is, this dark is okay. They are reduce the font a bit to like 7. There are data label too. Click on the data label, give it a color that makes it comes out, right? And reduce it to reduce it. Let's give it 6. And let's reduce the entire chart. Reduce in the way it will fit in here. It will fit in here. Um, okay. Although the wiggle looks small, but it's going to fit in. Yeah, it's going to fit in. So our if you look at the bar chart is small, like it's tiny. So I want to increase the spacing, the gap width. Control one. I click on control one to bring this out. So I want to increase the gap so it can increase the bar chart a bit. Okay, I think this is too much. Okay, this is okay. So let me still reduce this x-axis a bit, reduce it to like, okay, to like 4. You might not see it clearly. It might be very tiny, but me, I can see it because I'm closer to the screen, right? So I can see it clearly. So you just align it to sit properly, reduce it bit. All right, so this is it. So we have this. So let's give it our title. Let me copy the title from here. I know by now you know how to enter the title. Let me just copy the title from here and come back here and paste. So I have it here, bring it up here. So top 10 selling SKU. So this is our top 10 selling SKU. We have SKU, 310, 320, so on and so forth, right? So that's how to do that. So let's quickly do the other chart. Now we are coming to this um, chart here. Sorry, please give me a minute.
So hello, hi everyone. Hope you all can hear me. So let's give him a minute to bring.
All right, sorry, please,
So
I'm back.
okay, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I'm
You can
back.
go
So
ahead.
sorry. Okay. All right. So we have done this. Now let's go the next one. The next one would be our donut chart, right? And what is the insight there? This will be, yeah, this is our donut chart. We want to show sales distribution by product type, and the plot, the XY axis will be product type versus number of products sold. Product type versus number. Remember, we're looking at distribution, right? We want to look at how the products have been selling, over the time based on the numbers of the products that have been sold out. So let's come back to our here. Let's go to our pivot table. So we're back here to pivot table. So now I'm going to copy this one and take it down a bit. Now take off this. Okay, so um what would be in my row? What would be in the rows will be the product type. We're looking at the product type. I have 3 of them: cosmetics, hair care, and skin care. And we'll look at the number of products sold. Now, if you can see, which one is the highest? Let's sort by largest to smallest. So skin care have been selling more, followed by hair care, then cosmetics, right? Skin care is the highest, followed by hair care and cosmetics. Now, we want to show this in a donut chart. Now, let me take you to the previous. Let's come here. I want to take you here. Now, what do I show? Look at this is the chart, right? This is the donut chart. But what did I show here? If you look at this now, um, you see the bigger part. The bigger part is showing the highest, which is the skincare, right? Then followed by the gray showing the cosmetics, then the green showing the hair care. And if you look at the way I arranged this here, I showed the legend and I showed what the percentage. of each. Okay, I showed the legend, I showed the percentage. Cosmetics 25%, healthcare is 30%, skincare 45%. Now, unfortunately, in Excel, there is no function or there's no charts, or like function or chart type that can help us to represent this like this. So we need to create it ourselves. We need to develop it ourselves. All right. So this what do you call it now? This legend here, I created it myself. It was not the one from so that I can have it. I can have the percentage around because originally the donor chart, the default donor chart in Excel does not give room for or does not come along with percentage like this. So now to do this, we are going to use some formula. I'm going to use some formula and function to have this kind of visual. But the other thing I wanted to also say here, sorry, come back here. The other thing I wanted to show us here, if you look at now, I've taken away this chart now. You see that there's like a dark hole. Now there's like a dark hole. This is just a design actually, and we didn't do that here in our dashboard. Let's quickly do it here, like a dark hole. And so I will insert a cycle. So just a cycle. So now to have a perfect shape cycle, because if you are drawing cycle, if you just drag and drag your mouse, your cycle will be giving you like a oval shape. It will not be perfect. So to have a perfect cycle, let's click on cycle again. Hold your control and shift together, then you draw your cycle. So I come here to this middle, hold my control and shift. Now you see I'm having a perfect cycle. Perfect cycle. So I want to have it this size. This cycle is just to guide the size of my donut chart, because I want the donut chart to be aligned throughout, to be consistent throughout. So let me, I didn't need a B. Okay, I think this is okay. I think this is okay. So what color am I going to give it? I'm going to give it the same color with the background color. All right. I'm going to the same color so to look like, see if this widget is a big hole is made inside of it. So I come here. So the shape fill. I think this should be the color. Yes, this is the color. Blue gray. Is that the color? That's not the color. Okay, this is the color. Blue gray. So I take off the outline. Now you see what I have. Yes. So it looks as if a big hole was made, inside the box, right? So I just duplicate this and place it here for this one. Duplicate it and place it for this here. So this over here. So this is in this cycle we place our donut chart. So this guides the size of the donut chart so that this one donut chart will not be bigger than the other. You see, like I have here, see that the sizes are, they are the same, right? Now let's go create our donut chart. Let's go back to pivot table. So we are here. I'm sorting by highest to low, smallest. Okay, skincare. Like I said earlier, what will bring out our table equals to click on this, enter, and drag this and drag it downward. So this is what we have: skincare, hair care, cosmetic, and this. This thing is too long. Let me just reduce it. I double click so that I can change the title. Let me just have product sold. Let me just have product sold so that I can reduce it. Okay, yes. So I have product sold alone as my title. Now, next thing is I need to get my percentage. Okay, like as I did here under the pivot table. Yes, the what is it? What is it? Yeah, the percentage. So, how do we get up the percentage of overall for each of the product type? So first thing is to calculate the sum of the product, which is equals to sum using sum formula, open bracket. So I highlight the whole rows, right, and I enter. So this is total. Now how do I get my percentage? my percentage will be this equals to the total divide by the first one, enter, then I drag downward. No, sorry, I should have, this is the total, right? I should have locked the total, lock it by pressing F4, the enter, then I can now have for the rest. Am I doing it right? Oh, so that is not the right one. I should lock E27. It should be this. You should lock this. Enter. And yes. So now I have the percentage for each of the product type, right? So I can now format this to percentage. I light or come to my home and I click on percentage. Is that correct? I think we're going to use, let's use formats, custom formats, so that I will not have it the percentage like this. Let's use custom formats. Now let me fetch the custom format I use for this. Control 1. Okay. Okay, that was a mistake. Sorry. Too much. There's a lot on my head. The stuff, the percentage was wrong. So it should be this. Let me do it here. Equals to this, air care, the product of air care, so divide by the total. That's how it should be, right? Yes, equals to, I did it the other way around. Pardon me. Now, yes, so can I give that percentage? Percentage, yes, yes. So this is what this is what I should have. This is what I should have. So I have 45% of skincare, 30% of, so for skincare contribute 45%, hair care contribute 30%, cosmetic contribute to the past 25%, all to 100% in total. So now what is the next thing we want to do? I want to create our donut chart, right? So I click on this, just this table alone, and I come to insert my donut chart. This is my donut chart, right? So I have my donut chart. Now let's create. Now, this donut chart is enough, right? It's okay. We have what we need already. This is showing that the hair care is the highest, followed by the skin care, followed by the hair care, then the cosmetic. But having it in a fancy way, like we have here, right? So how we're going to do this? First thing is remove the outline of your donut chart. Control 1, come to field format, and we don't want, not leave the field, no, leave the fill, just the border. No, we want no line. Okay. Having done that, so you click on it again, you click on the old chart, then you copy, Control C, you copy, then you paste it 8 times. So I come again. The first thing we did was we removed the outline, right? Now the next thing is to copy the old chart. Now I've copied it, Control C. Now I'm going to paste it 8 times. So I will count as I paste. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I pasted 8 times. If you see it, if you look closely, you might not see. Let me zoom in. If you look closely, you will see the division by small, white line. The 8 charts that have been added are divided by that white line. So what I'm going to do, sorry, I'm writing. Okay, I think this is okay. So next thing we're going to do is I'm going to increase the hole, right? By highlighting anyone, come to series option in Excel here. Then we want to the donut hole size. We want to reduce it. I'll reduce it to like 42. 42 should be okay. Yes. So we have it 42. So now this is okay. So the next thing is you have to be very careful here while you are selecting. So you know the one you're selecting. We are selecting the first donut chart. Here we have eight, right? We have one, two, three, four, eight. We're selecting the first one. So when you select the first one, come to fill, no fill. We don't want fill, right? For the first one. Now for the second one, um, for the second one, you leave this skincare. Let's go to the egg here. Now for the egg here now, you click the first one alone. You click it until sorry, yes, the first one alone is selected. The first one alone is selected. Then you remove the fill, no fill. Can you see? So that's what you do. Then this last one, which is the cosmetic, you click the first donut the chart for not donut chart, no fill. Then you click the second one too twice. I don't know if you're getting the logic like that. You click the second one. Make sure you're clicking. You highlighted it highlights it alone. Then no fill. So this is what we have. Okay, so it has given us that shape, that look. So you see this one, we see that this is the largest, then this followed by this, then this, right? So this is what you should do. But now the next thing is the coloring. The coloring which we require some work, right? Now from here, you see I give a graded color, the orange for the skincare, then a gray color for the cosmetic, and green for hair care, right? Okay, so how do we go about that? Let's come over to our resources. Now we have this, we are using this now. I copy it, come back to your pivot table. So you select each of the donut chart, each of the half of the donut charts, each of the half of the donut chart, and paste that color. So I paste, you see I have that. I click the next one, I paste, I click the next one, I paste, click the next one, paste, I double click to make sure I'm clicking that alone. I paste. You see, if I just paste like this, you see, we give the whole donut chart color. So I don't want that. I just want just the skincare parts. Okay. Then I click on this twice or multiple times until I get it selected alone. Then the last one, boom. So we have this, right? So now for the egg here, go to your resources. We are using, okay, the gray color is not here, but you can use this one. Let me copy and paste it. This is a gray color, so you can copy this one and come to dictionary. Sorry, pivot table. So you come here, double click, you paste, double click, you paste, double click, paste. So that's what I'm going to do through till you get to the end. Till you get to the end. Now the last one resources will be this green. Copy it. These are resources, right? Copy it. Come back to your pivot table. So you do that for this. You paste. You paste. Paste. When I'm doing this second donut chart, I might not be slow like this. You understand? Because of time. So I've used this one to show us how it is done. That's why I'm slow with this one. I'm slow with this one so we can get it. So, but the next one will be faster than this. Now we have our donut chart. Let me remove the title. Now the legend, we're not going to use this legend. Remember, this legend does not come with a percent. There's no way we can place, arrange it this way with a percentage. If we're going to use data label, you see, if you use data label now, the label will be on it. the label although it's showing for all the chart, but we can customize that. But we don't want it that way. So what I'm going to do is um what I'm going to do is okay, no fill, no outline. I will not remove the I will not remove the legend for now so that I can know which one is which. Because if I remove the legend, I might not be able to identify that this one is skincare or healthcare. So let me leave on that. So I will cut it and take it to our dashboard. Let me place it here for now. Now let's place it here for now. Okay. So let's insert it in this hole. Make sure it's fitted and you give it some spacing. Okay, I think this should be okay. All right, this is okay. We'll take the legend off very soon. So now let's insert our legend and the percentage. Now, how am I going to do that? I'm going to enter a formula that will help us achieve that. We're going to enter a formula that will help us achieve that. Um, we need this label. This is our legend, right? Skincare, care, cosmetic, and this percentage as our data label. So I'm going to, there's a function, I have it here already. It's at the bottom of this file. So this is the formula we're using. We're using this for the legend, and we're using this for the percentage. Okay. I'm going to explain how it works, but let me copy first for the legend. So let me just copy this formula. So under this product type, I'm going to place it in the formula bar. Now, first of all, I want to change because it's a copied, formula. So I want to change the cell. It's highlighted for F30. I want to change it to this cell, right? So I'm going to select. This is D27. Skincare is in D27. So I'm going to select D27. I'm going to I'm going to edit it to D27, D28, right? D28 and D29. D29. Right, so we have all these selected. So this is what the formula is saying. We need text, right? We need this in text, and we're using a char function, which is the char should be in 10. So we want to combine the text together. We want to combine these three texts together in a vertical form. So that is what this function is saying. This formula is saying that's why I'm using char, this char function. That the and is to combine. The and is what's the name of that function again? Concatenate. Yes, concatenate is the and is a concatenate, right? To combine the function together. So when I click enter, so you see, if you look at it, I have let me widen it. I have them combined together, skincare, hair care. But don't worry, that is written this way. When we take it to text, but what do you call it now? Text box, it's going to become vertical. Okay, so let's do for the percentage. So I'm going to take this formula. This is the formula I'm using for percentage. Still using that chart stuff. And so below here, I come to the formula bar, paste. Okay, and so I'll change. What I'm going to change is the cell, right? Cell. We want it to be F27, F28, F29. So it will be F27, F28, F29, 29, right? So enter. So we have, okay. Let me format it to percentage. You should give me that. Anyway. Mm, all right, no problem. Let's proceed. Let's go back to our dashboard. Now, you're going to insert a text box a text box. Let me don't insert a text box. Let me just take one of these text box here. There's no need to insert another text box, right? Because we get to format over and over again. Let me just insert one of the text box. So Control D. Let me bring it over here. Take off this equals to. Then come to your pivot table and you highlight this label, right? This is our legend. Enter. Now you see I have. So let me format it properly. I have it in vertical way. You see. Give it this color. Um, not shape fill. Yes, this color, and I give it interly. So I italize it and reduce. I reduce it to like 9. I think 9 is okay. Now this is what I have. So and the alignments left. Okay, that is okay. So reduce it a bit. So this will be our legend, right? So now next thing is we want to give. We have the legend now, right? But we need the color, you know, identification, right? Like we have below here. The orange is skincare, the health care, green is health care, and the gray is health care, and the green is cosmetic. So we have to do that manually, and which I have already here in the resources. If you look at it, I have it outlined here. I have the top one here as a gray. So this one is just a box. You just enter a text box, right? Just like this now, and you can get your color here. Control copy, paste. So okay, this is already the color. So just reduce, paste, just reduce it to that small size like this. You understand? Just reduce it. Then um you control D, then you bring this below, right? And you change some color to gray. Okay, you change the color. This is solid field. Change it to gray color, right? So that's how you do for the rest. Then you align, make sure that align like this. So now I'm just going to copy all this. I'm going to copy all this. Let me come to home. I want to pick select objects. So I can select these objects. I copy them, come to my dashboard, I paste here, I move it here. Although I have 4 of them, I think the one I don't need is this. I don't need this. I only need 3 of them, right? And I don't need this. Okay. So this one would be our skincare. Just place it beside it. And this one will be for our cosmetics. And this one will be for our hair care. Now, to make it properly outlined, we can use a function called, let me go back to home. I want to select this again. I want to select objects. I want to select this. Then come to format. You see under outline, you see outline here. Align. We align horizontally and we align vertically so that, yes, it will be properly outlined. Okay. So we have this. So I can select the old stuff and group. Go to format, then I group. Yes, so I can have it as a whole. So I can move it around. Now we can take off this legend here from this chart. From this chart, I can take off the legend now. Yes. So I reduce bit, reduce. Yes. So we have this. I think this is okay. All right. right. So next one is the percentage, right? Want to bring up the percentage here. Okay, okay. Pivot table. Mm, sorry, I'm coming. Check pivot table. Okay, okay. Let's use. I just discovered something now. Let's use same thing that we use here. It's the same thing. Let's use the same formula here. Let's use it for this so that we maintain our percentage, right? So let's use it for this percentage. Let me change to F27, F27, F28, and F29. All right. Okay, now this is what we have. Right. So now go back to that dashboard. Now let's pick up another what do you call these things of now? Text box. Okay, now this is another text box. I take up this equals to, come back to pivot table and click on this that we just entered now, and I click on entered. Now you see, now I have my percentage. So I will give you this format. I don't think the format will work. It will not work because it's grouped already. Let me ungroup it because I want to give you the same format. Let me ungroup it. I've ungroup it. Click on this alone, home, format painter, then I format my percentage. Now this is my percentage, so I place it close to it. Okay. All right. So this is what we have. All right. So our dashboard is coming up already. This is perfect, and so this is it, right? We have the skincare 45%, healthcare 30. So what would be in the middle here? What I did was I added the highest, right? If you look at the 45%, it was the highest that I inserted here. You can change it to average. Can be at the average percent, of the whole stuff. But me, in this case, I'll be adding just the highest, which is for the skincare, just to make it pop out. So I'll just copy this, Control D. Okay, so I come to I clear off this equals to pivot table. So I'm selecting just skincare, enter. All right, so I format it, format painter. I format this, right? Then I place it in the middle of the donut chart. Yes. So that's just how it is done, guys. Very simple and straightforward. Now, this way, it is more visually, it's appealing, it's more interesting and detailed. Okay. And so the title, which I will bring up from here. So to save time, just bring it from here and I paste it here. Okay, so what is the title? Sales distribution by product type. This is say distribution, right? By product type. So that sort this. So now doing the other chart will be faster and to be easier. The other donut chart. So this one was slow because of it's our first one, and I wanted us to really get to understand. So when I'm doing the other two, I'll make it more faster. So because of time. Now, the last one I want to show here, let's go back to our guide. We are in the last one, which is bar charts, and we are showing revenue by product to understand which product categories generate more revenue, right? Revenue by product. So it's almost the same to the first one, but in this case, this one is bar chart. So let's come to our pivot table. I'm going to show something interesting here now. So copy this, come down, paste. So what we're going to change here is we're not changing the product type, we're changing only the value from product sold to revenue generated, right? Because it's product by revenue generated. Now, these revenues in this format, I want it to be formatted this way. So let me take this home. Let me use format painter to format. Yeah, so I want it this way. Okay, so now next thing is we bring out, okay, we bring out our table, enter, bring out the table. Okay, let me format it again. Format painter. Right. This is too long, so let me change it. Double click. Let me change the name to. Let me just change to revenue. Revenue, so it'll be shorter. All right, revenue. So now the chart. We're going to create bar charts. Is it bar charts? Yes, it's bar chart. So how do I create a bar chart? I like this home insert under. We have the bar charts. We're using this bar chart, right? So this is the bar charts. Okay, but we want to make our bar chart more interesting and more insightful and informative. Where we can use this straight up, but to make it more interesting, we're going to be highlighting the highest with a different color from the others, highlighting the highest, which is skincare in this case. We'll highlight with a different color, like what I have here. Look at what I have here. This is it here. You see that the skincare is colored differently from the other two. So how do we? This is easier in Power BI. Why do we achieve this in Excel? So what we're going to do, we're going to enter another column here called max. Max. So what to calculate the maximum? We're going to use a function which I have here already. I already have it here. I've kept it here for us. So this is the function we're using. So when we come here, and I'll show us how it works. Now look at this. Now we're using if function. We're saying if um this range, this orange, if the it should find the maximum in this range. Now let me change the range. It should be E35 in this case. In our case, it will be E35 to E37. 37, yes. So I edit it and I lock it by pressing F4. So if it should find the maximum in this range, if it's equals to the first one, which is our E35 stand, it should return if the highest is equals to the column highlighted. If the maximum from this range is equals to the column selected, it should return that column 35. Otherwise, it should return nothing. That is just the simple explanation of that function. That's what the function is doing for us. We're using if, combination of if and max, right? We find the maximum in that range, we return the cell if it is maximum. Otherwise, it will be empty. So when I click enter, because this is not the maximum, so it's empty. So I just drag it downward. Now it only highlights the highest. The highest is what? Skincare. So it return for me just the highest. These ones are not marked, they're not the maximum in the range. That's why it's giving us nothing or blank. So let me format this properly. Let me give you the same formatting. Okay. So now, how do we include this in this bar chart? Now, what I do is when you click highlight your bar chart, right click, select data. So you click on right click and select data. The under select data, we're going to add data. So we have data, we have this series name and the series values. So under the series name, we select maximum, that is the series name. Under the series value, so just take off this one and highlight the orange, which will be the series values. Then you click on OK. Then then OK. Then you see we have it. So we have the highest, the maximum bar, which is the skincare here. So what I want to do now is we're going to overlap the bar by clicking on the maximum bar, Control 1 to bring our formatting series, data series. Then under the series options, you see these series overlap. So you make it 100%, enter now it overlaps, the data. So now we can give it a different color, right? Okay. So now what color are we giving to the maximum? We are giving it, come to your resources, we are giving it this, our gradient color. You copy, come to, so you click on, I'm alighting, I'm clicking, I'm selecting the maximum, right? So under the format data point, come to your fill, or no need, just paste, Control V, sorry, just paste, yeah. That's what you need. So I pasted it. So I can see the color has changed. Now I'm going to click on this. Now, what color am I giving this one? I'm giving this one a kind of dark color. This is the color. Okay, this is the color I'm giving it. So I copy it to come to my pivot table. I click on, now I'm clicking on the revenue column itself. Okay, then I paste. Now can you see that's how it works? So now you see the maximum highlighted different and this highlighted differently. So now we can now format the chart properly, moving grid lines. We can add our legend, right? No, not legend, not trend line. Sorry, data label. Yeah, data label to it, and take off no fill, no outline. Let me cut it. That take you go to your dashboard, paste. Okay, so we have it here. So reduce it. Now let's format it properly. Click on this y-axis. Under formats, I want to give it no fill and no outline. Then for the letters, I give it this color. I reduce to 6. Let me widen this. Widen this. All right. Okay, I think this is okay. Now, okay, so our data label, let's give it same color. Let's reduce this. I did something now. Let me show you. If you look at the data label, let me take it to, let me copy, let me take it to this white place so I can see clearly. If you look at the data label, there are two data labels here. We have for the maximum, for the revenue column and for the maximum. So the maximum, if you look at, see, there is a 0 here. So you need to take it off. Okay, you need to take it off. So we are only maintaining the original revenue column data label. So that was what I did here. I saw now. So I just took it off. Yes, so I have just this. Now this is more cleaner. So this what we just have to do here, and that's all. So next thing is to give it the title, which I'm going to pick here from here. Is revenue by product type, right? Control copy, and I paste it here. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, it's here. Paste it here. So now I have my total. I have revenue by product type, right? Product type, and that brings us to the end of the visualization in this aspect and under the inventory and sales performance. So this shows us the inventory, which is the top selling SKU, and the sales performance that we can see from this two charts here, right? And let's move to the shipping performance. Now the shipping performance, when we get to the donut chart, I'm going to be fast since we have already done it here. So it's the same procedure, the same step all the way. Now for the shipping performance, let's transportation mode, which is, sorry, which is the purpose is to evaluate speed differences between transport method, right? We want to evaluate the differences between speed between transport method. We have transport mode by shipping. We want to look at the time for each of the transport mode. So I'm using bar chart to visualize that. So coming back to our pivot table, copy this, paste it here, bring to I will take this off. Now, what are we plotting against what? We are plotting transport mode versus shipping times. So transport mode will be in our rows. Transport mode is in rows, and the shipping times. We look at the times that the days it took for each of the transports, to deliver. Okay, you see, we have by air, road, rail, and sea, but each is not in dollars anyway. So I need to take this formatting away. I need to change it to number. All right. And I will need to remove, yes. So by A, it took 532 days. Ray, 742, road and C. Okay. Let me sort by from highest, largest to smallest. So Ray is more slower. Understand? C was faster based on these data sets. Okay. All right. So the times that the ship went based on this transformation mode. So we are using batcher, right? So next thing is, okay, let me reduce this to just shipping mode, shipping times alone. Okay. What do I have here? Let me do it again. Okay. All right. So you already know what we'll do next. You just bring out this table, right? So bring out this table, and so I'll be a little bit fast because the process is we're just repeating the whole process like all over again. So it's just the same thing. So bar chart, right? For this one, how do I represent? Okay, this is it here, right? Shipping time bar, transportation mode. Actually, it average shipping time that I did average shipping time, which we can do. So come here, shipping time. Let's change it to average. All right, average. Let's change it to average shipping times. So let me change this again. Okay. Oh, why? Okay, average shipping times, right? So I want to, you know, I don't want a decimal point. I just want the figure. So the average times it took C is 7, Ray is 7, 5, and road 5. And we can see that the IS here, we have two IS, which is C and Ray, by C and by Ray, right? So now I'm going to, before we're plotting our batches straight up, but we want to highlight the maximum also from the minimum as we did here. So we'll do it here too. So just give it the title max. So we're using this formula, right? Same formula. So I just paste it here. I don't want to be rewriting the formula. So I just change the cell. And in this case, I'm using this, the range is E42. So it will be E42 to 45 to 45. Then she return to me E42, E42, otherwise nothing. Then enter. So I have this, populate it downward. Okay. So now somebody might want to ask that, but C and Ray, they are both 7. Okay. But the maximum is only returning for C, it's not returning for Ray. Now, actually, because I remove it in decimal points, it looks like they are the same, but they're not the same. If you unback if I put, if I increase the decimal point, you see that C is higher than Ray. C is 7.1, Ray is 6.6, but it becomes 7 because it was approximated. So that is why we have maybe I should leave it this way. Let me leave it like this. So let me just have it in two so that we don't get confused. Let me leave it as 2 decimal points. Okay, so 1.7.1. So we know that okay, C is the highest. That's why the maximum is returning just C for us. Now let's enter our bar chart. So I'll highlight this alone. I go to insert um a bar, and we're using this bar chart, right? Yes, but this is lowest to highest, so I'm going to change it from highest to lowest. So I do the opposite here, sort by this. So this will change to highest to lowest. All right, so just like the way we did it the other time, I'm going to right click, select data, and I will add data. Now the series name will be maximum, and the series value will be what? The whole range here. And click on OK. Okay, now you see these are our highest have been is been highlighted. Now the next thing is okay, I want to get rid of the grid lines, and I want to get rid of this one. Okay, but I want to add data label. Now my data label, I'm adding for just the shipping time column, so I'll get rid of this one, the maximum aspect. Yeah, so I have this alone. Now the next thing is overlapping, right? So I click on the highest, Control 1. So we are under okay overlapping here. We're giving it highest. Come back to pivot table and I paste. Right, so I have the green. What about the others? We are giving it this black, this dark color. So come to this, I like this, and we paste. Okay, so this is what we have. This is what we need. Next thing is, let me just format my data here. Home, I give it this color, right? I reduce to something like 7. 7 is okay. Also, my legend or my y-axis, I give it this gray and I reduce it to like 8. Let's say 8 is okay. Then I don't want shape fill, no shape outline. Now, highlighting the whole cell, let's remove no fill, no outline. So let's cut it, go to our dashboard, and let's paste somewhere here. So let's bring it here. So reduce. Okay, so I have it here. So next thing is the title, right? Let me get my title quickly from here. Let me get no, let me get the old title once and for all. Let me just copy the old title and bring it here. Yes, so let me put my titles here already. Yes, so we have notice for shipping performance, we have the shipping time by transportation mode. Career, shipping cost by career based on our drafts here, which will be donor chart. Supposed to be 2 donor chart, but the first donor chart will be shipping cost by carrier, not carrier, sorry, carrier, shipping cost by carrier, which is what is the insight. Visualize which carriers drive most shipping cost. So that is the purpose of that visual. So we are doing this, right? This type of chart. All right. So here I'll be a bit fast. Let's go to pivot table. Um, so for those of us that did not get the donut chart the first time, we're doing it again. So you should pay attention this time around. So you get it again. All right. So quickly, what are we are doing carrier will be will be in the row, and the shipping times will be in the values. So we have carrier A and carrier A to C. All right, carrier A to C, and let me sort it. Just the smallest. So carrier B is the highest, carrier C and carrier A. Now next is the donor chart. Let's you know get our data set out of the pivot table. Let me just rename this. Okay, I think I made a mistake again. Just this alone. That's all. All right, now just like how we did it here, I want to get a percentage. So my percentage will be equals to the sum. First of all, I want to sum the whole of these. What do I do now? Equals to sum, open brackets, I sum the whole of these, enter, right? So the percentage now will be equals to this divide by the total, enter, equals to this divided by the total, enter, right? So now we can format this to percentage ohm and percentage. So we have 40, 30, 30. So the highest is the carrier B, right? Which is 40. So the next thing we want to do, let me quickly um create our label and data label, right? Our legend and data label using the formula we use here, right? We see we use this and we use it for the both of them. So let me just copy. Oh, sorry. All right. So now let's come here, paste. Now in this case, we are doing D51 to 53. So I have D51, just edit it, D52 and D53. Enter. All right. So we have this. So next one we do for the percentage. I paste it. Now this one is F51 to 53. So F51, F50, F52, and F53, right? F53. Enter. Now we have this now. So now we can quickly create our charts, right? So let's highlight this alone. You insert your donor chart. The donor chart, right? What was the first thing we did? Let me get rid of the chart title. We remove the outline, control 1. We remove our outline. The first thing we did, we highlighted this, then we copy and paste 8 times. So I copy and I paste 1, 2. Oh, sorry, I was duplicating, not pasting. Let me copy again. Paste 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so I click on any one. I ink my donut O, make it 42. Okay, so I align the first one and I no fill. All right, so the first donut chart. Now the second one, which one is the highest now? In this case, the highest is B, right? So B will be the one that we're carrying our gradient color, orange gradient color, right? And so how do I get that? So with my resources, I copy this, go back to dashboard, sorry, pivot table. So I paste, sorry, I have to click on just this one, the second one now alone. You paste, you paste, you paste, you paste, paste, you paste, you paste, you paste. All right, so you have this way. So this other one, we don't want to no fill, right? We want to remove the fill. For this one, we want to remove fill, and the second one I want to remove fill. Okay, so we have this, right? So this one was gray. Resources. This we are using this gray. Let me copy. Let me quickly do it. Oh, I wish I can fast forward myself like this. All right, so let me just paste it. That's why I said building chart like this on Excel is actually a work. It's you build it yourself from scratch, and there's no chart function that gives us something like this. You need to build it manually. All right, so the last one will be our green, right? Just copy this pivot table, paste, 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 paste. All right, so now I have it. Nice, that was fast. So next thing is let's take off no fill, no outline. Let me cut it. I'm coming to my dashboard. I paste it here. All right. So the size, let me just use the size of this one. I get it under formatting. The size is 1.58, 2.37. 1.58, 2.37. So I click on this 1.58, 2.37. So I just give it 1.58, 3.27. All right, so it's going to it will come out where when we remove the legend. No, I've not removed the legend yet. That's why it's small like this. The reason because I want to know which of the legend is which color for each of the legend. Do you understand? So the let me pick this legend and place it here, right? Let me pick that legend and place it there. So let me go to home. I want to select, so I pick select object. I want to select just this legend. Did I select it properly? Okay, did I group it? Okay. Let me click on it again. I want to select the object. Select object. Okay. Now I'm going to select it. Yes. So I copy, or let me duplicate. So I bring it over here. Okay. So I have this. So let me take it off. I don't need it. I don't think I okay. I think let me take the legend off now. Let me take off the legend. Yes, so we have this. Okay. All right. So next things, one of our legend and our percentage. So let's pick this Control D. So bring it here. Your formula bar equals to. Go to a pivot table. We are choosing this, right. Enter. So we have it. So we are going to use the same formatting with this. So home, format painter, and we format, right. So we have this. So you place it carefully. This is BCA. So next thing, let's duplicate for the percentage. Let's take it off equals to, and come to view pivot table. We click on this now. We enter. Oh, I press the wrong stuff. Equals to pivot table. You click on this. Enter. Yes, we have this. Okay, so we're giving the same formatting with this. So we're using format painter to format it. That we have a percentage. We outline it, make it, you know. So now I have this. So what will be the in the middle? D. I'm going to use 40, right? So which is the highest so far, equals to pivot table. This is the 40. Enter. So I have it. So I want to give it the same formatting with these. Home, format painter, and Wola. So that is it. So I have my 40 in the middle. So and that's settle, you know, these shipping costs by carrier. So next, let's quickly move to the average shipping time by carrier. This is a lot of work. It takes time, but It what it's it's what it. So next is shipping. So this is just a simple donut chart, right? Just a simple donut chart, the regular one that we usually have. So we just have the average shipping time by carrier, and by carrier, and we just give it a color to be consistent with the overall dashboard color. All right. So in that case, we don't need too much too much manual stuff. Okay. So let's go to pivot table now. Let's click on this, copy, come downward, paste. So let me, what are we plotting against? We are going to donut 2, right? Average shipping time by carriage. So shipping carriage by, okay, okay. Do you know, I made a mistake, made a mistake, made a mistake. This first one was shipping costs by carrier, right? Shipping costs, not shipping time. Because I'm looking at, why is it the same thing? The second donut chart will be shipping uh time, but nevertheless, it's not bad. I'm not going to switch it now. Switch it to costs. So this time around, I'll be using costs. So I'm supposed to use cost for this year. It's supposed to be cost here, not time. But let's just switch it. So it's no time to redo the whole stuff again. So let me just change. I'm changing the shipping time to shipping costs. Okay, because this should be actually average, which does not really necessarily is not important because we use percentage at the end of the day, so it's still give us the same thing. So we're using costs now. Now we have our cost here, and so what we will do is let's bring out. Let me first of all change take away this sum off. So I have just that. Okay, so now let me bring out my table. Now we know how to bring out the table. So I bring out my table. Um, let me remove these. Let me make this to be no decimal places. Okay. All right. So we have this shipping cost. What next? What next? Just highlight it and insert to the chart straight up. There's no need for now. We have our shipping formula. So what we just do is, in this case, we just change this color. Okay, I want the highest to be this, right? Because the highest is B. So let me change the, let's change the donut. Click on the donut and let's change the rotation. Is it rotation now? Angle of, yeah, let's change the angle. Let's change the angle to, let me say 270. Let me see 270. All right, so I want the angle this way. So at the highest, it will be like it is filling up, right? It is filling from the right to the left, like anti-clockwise or clockwise. So let's do it this way. So we're giving this one a different color. So under this, I know many of us already know how to do this. So it's just a straightforward stuff. I'm giving it a green. I should give it a green color, right? But now the green color, let me just look for it. I need to look for the exact green color I use. Okay, let me go to resources. I want to use exact green color. So let me come here and get the color code. What's the color code? 0102 right? That is the color code. So let's go back to our pivot table. Click on this color. So more colors, custom. So the custom color is 0102 102. So that is the green color. Okay, right? So no outline. So for the second one, I'll give that a color. I go back, more colors, custom. Then I'll just, is that increase or decrease? I think I should decrease it a bit. Just decrease because it's other dark background. So let's decrease it a bit. Okay. Yeah, it's more darker than this. No outline. So this one, no outline. I'll give it same color. Go back. But this one I'll make it much, even much darker. When we get there, we know if it works. Let me remove the background color, no fill, no outline. Let's take it to our dashboard. Sometimes you get the appropriate color on your dashboard. Okay, you get the appropriate color on your dashboard. All right. Let's take away the chart title, reduce it a bit. We're not taking away the legend, we're using the legend. But in this case, let me click on the legend, control one. We want the legend to be left. All right, to be at the left. And for the legend, we want the legend to reduce it, put it in italics, and you give it a color. All right, I think this is okay. Okay, I think this is okay. So what was in the middle of this one? Let me see what was in the middle here. Okay, average. Okay, I included average, right? Average days, averages. And how do we achieve that? On our pivot table here, okay, under here. So we just enter the formula average plus average, right? Using average and average of everything. Enter. So it's 740. Oh, sorry. Actually, it should be this in the first place, but costs, no problem. Let's use 740 as the average cost, right? And where am I? Our dashboard, right? So let's pick this. Let's place it here. So let's take off the formula equals to, go to your pivot table, click on the average, enter. Then let's give it the formatting, home, format painter, format. Yes, so we have the average. Don't get it confused, please. You might see that this one is 5.8. This one is actually the values was exchanged. You know, when I was doing it, I was carried away. This should have been done here. Why this will be done here? But it's still the same information we're still passing. We just interchange it, right? Using bringing shipping cost by carrier here. So I think I should change my title. So I bring this title to this place. I take this title up. This is what we just did. We just interchange it. So there's no difference. And it worked fine. Okay. It worked fine. So we're coming to the end already. So we have the last part to show. Quickly do that, and we enter our slicer, and that is all. All right. So we are coming to supply and manufacturing. Supply and manufacturing. And what are we showing? The first one is column. We are showing column charts. The column chart. So the column chart is manufacturing cost by supplier. We have supplier name versus manufacturing cost. Supplier name versus manufacturing cost. So let's go to our pivot table. Let's copy this supply name. I don't want to mix it up again. So let me be careful this time around. And so this time around, we are using supplier name. I have my supplier name here. We have 5 of them. The manufacturing cost that took, each of the supplier to produce the product. Okay, so let me get rid of this sum of. Okay, so let me get our data sets the way we do it normally. Increase this, bring this. Sorry, I've made a mistake, right? Okay. Oh, let me get rid of the. All right, okay, this is better. So in this case, we are using column chart, right? Column chart. But this column chart, we are going to show the maximum also. We show the maximum. So we are using the max function, right? Like we did here. So let me just copy this formula. So we are going to show the max also. I like the max separate from others. So I'm going to paste it here. So in this case, the range is from E67 to 71. It should return 67 for us. E67. Okay, 67. So enter. All right, so we have the max. So our max is supplier one. So it's so in manufacturing costs, the highest manufacturing costs fall under supplier one. I want to get rid of the point. Get rid of yes. All right, so now let's get set our column chart. I like this insert. So under this, we're using the column chart, the 2D column chart, right? So this is what I have. So I have supplier one, two, three, four, five. Supplier one be the highest. So next thing is say get rid of my charts title, and I get rid of this here, and I get rid of the grid lines. So next thing that I want to do is I want to add the maximum, right? Just like we did it in the bar chart. Just right click, select data, add data. For the series name, click on max. For the series value, I click on this range and enter, and I click OK. Now I have my what max, which is a column max, which is the supplier one. So I click on the column max, control one to bring out my series options, and I want to overlap it by 100%. So I've overlapped it. Now I want to make this column chart more unique. I want to give it a rounded shape at the top and at the bottom. I want to make it a rounded shape and then give the maximum color gradient orange and the other black, right? So how I want to do that is I'm going to do that is I'm going to my resources. Now you are using this man, you are not using this square one anymore, using this rounded shape now. So I'm just going to copy this one and come to my pivot table. I click on the marks and I paste. Now you see the rounded shape already shown. So now let's do it for the other one, which will be the black one. Copy the black, go to pivot table, click on this and paste. Oh, sorry, I should have clicked on everything. Yes. All right, now can you see this? So this is how to create this kind of unique bar charts. A column charts. A column chart looks like this. Okay. So this is my supplier. Let me format it properly. No fill, no outline. Let me give it the color, the gray. Let me reduce it a bit. You can do that on the dashboard directly. So let me just take off the no outline, no action. So let me cut it, go to dashboard and paste. Okay, so I have this, just reduce it and bring it over here. So I can reduce this a bit. Kind of. Now I would like to increase. I would like to increase the gap, or reduce. Is it reduce? Yeah, reduce the gap weighting. Yes, to be more rounded. All right, so I have it. Okay, so this is for my manufacturing cost by supplier. I see the highest is what's supplier one, and the second is supplier two. Okay, so that settle for this visual. Now let's go to the second one, which is production volume by supplier. Production volume production volume by supplier. Now for the production volume, we're using same donut chart, right? This type. And what would be let's see, this is the last third one. We're using donut chart. So we're X versus Y, which is supplier name versus production volumes. What is the insight? To show production responsibility per supplier. Show production responsibility by what? Supplier. So production name by production volume. So pivot table, let's copy, let's add. So production name is maintained, but we are taking away manufacturing costs. This time around, we're going with the volume, which is production volume. Where is it? Yeah, production volumes. All right, per each supplier. So we have our production volume. And what next? Bring out your, let me take off. Let me make this, let me just make this volumes. Just make it volumes and equals to, and okay, so I bring out this. All right. Now, next thing is donut chart, right? Let's first of all have a percentage equals to sum of all these. So I'm going to do equals to this divide by this. Sorry, divide by the total. Now I'm going to lock it, right? I'm going to log the total F4 because I want to maintain the total. So I just populate it downward so to calculate for the rest. So this now I put it in percentage. Yes. So we can see the percentage for each of the supplier. All right. So before we do our donut chart, let's do the legend and the data label, right? Let's just do it once and for all. We are using this formula for our data label, our legend and data label. So under the legend here, so just paste that formula. Now in this case, we are using the 76 to 80. So it's 76, which just format it to 76, 76, 77, 77, 78. Now in this case, this one is up to 5, right? The ones we'll be doing is 3. This one is 5, but we already have 3 for the formula here. So all we're going to do is we copy this aspect, copy it and paste twice so that you can accommodate the whole 5 category. Now the next one is 79 and the last one is 80. All right, so let me copy it, everything, and enter. Okay, so I have done this. Now let's go to the percentage. Let's paste percentage. I'm only changing the cell, which is F76 to 80. So in this case, I'm only changing the numbers, the letters to F. The numbers remain the same. F, F, enter. So now I have for percentage. Now let's design or create our donut chart. So I like just this aspect of the table and insert donut chart. So let me quickly do this. Now, if you look at the IS or the max is the IS here is supplier 2. So I want supplier 2. I don't want it to be I want it to be, I don't want it to be below like this because it's the highest, right? So I'm going to change, click on this and I will control 1, change the angle. Let me try angle 270. Let me see what would that will give me. So I need to reduce it a bit. Okay, increase it a bit. Anyway, I think I will use it this way. Let me see what I have here. Okay. Okay, let's have it this way. Let me see here again. This is supplier 1. Supplier one. Okay, 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 okay. Mm, it's not a criteria, or is move the, the border, uh no border, then click on the whole stuff, copy and paste 8 times, right? Copy. Now you can paste as many times you want to, or you can paste it 3 times, 4 times. But my case, I'm doing 8 times. So 8 times is not a like a constant number. Depends on you, what you want to how you want it to, the wider I want it to be. I didn't count it. Let me do it again. Uh, no line. Control C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so we want to the donut hole size is 42. I'm using 42. Okay, now I have my 42. So next thing I want to do is the first hole. I want to get rid of it, get rid of the color fill, no fill. Now the second, I'll leave this. I'll get rid of this one, no fill, no fill. Second one here, click on the second, no fill. It's no fill. Click on this second one, no fill. So this one will be 3 times, right? So that is just the logic. Fill, no fill. You click it on the third one, no fill. Right now, this one will be 4 times. No fill, no fill, no fill, no fill. Right. All right. So we have this. So this is what we have. And 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Although the highest is 2. Well, no problem. Let's leave it this way. And okay, now the color, the highest now will be, come to your resources. You are using this color, right? Copy. Let me just quickly enter that. Let me quickly paste the color, paste the color, paste the color. You can zoom in if you are not able to, get the selection of the donut chart. You can zoom in. That can help you. So just hold on for me. Let me quickly paste all this stuff. The next one, what is the color? Gray. Okay. Resources, we are using this gray. No, we're using this gray. There's a gray here. Let me copy it. Let me see. Okay. So just hold on for me. Let me quickly enter this color. So I'm using this. No, this one now is 5, right? It's 5 categories. It's showing 5 categories here. Resources. The next one will be. Let me see. Okay, it will be this green. Let's copy it. I already have the 5 of them here, right? So I'm just copying and pasting the color. Yeah, it will be this green, green. If you understand the way my color choice, you see that it's consistent with the overall dashboard. You understand? I'm not using something off. I'm making sure that it's consistent with my overall. That's what give it consistency. Your color should not be color you use should not be more than three max 4. All right, so the next one is this. Let me go copy it again. Sorry. Okay, so this one is a lighter green. Paste, 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 paste. And the last, yeah, not the least, is the last one here, which is the green. So dashboard, so a pivot table there, which will be for this paste. Sorry, paste, paste, paste. Oh, sorry, paste, paste. All right. So we have all of them, sorted out already. So just remove my title, no fill, no outline. So let me take it to my dashboard where we do a proper formatting. Okay, so I'm placing it here, right? Well, first of all, let's enter our legend. No, we're not using this legend. So let me use the legend here. Let me first of all get my resources, the ledger here. So I'm going to pick up this. There are 5 of them. So I pick up this, copy, come to my dashboard. I want to paste it somewhere here. So I paste it here, right? So place it here. So we have the supplier 1, supplier 2, 3, 4, 5. So now let's pick this, Control D, paste it here. So get rid of this formula equals to pivot table. So we are picking this. These are legend that we calculated here. Enter. Yeah, we have it. But let's format it like this. So use format painter. Format, yes. Now can you see we have our suppliers? So just position it properly. The next thing you do is Control D. Now our percentage now. So let's get rid of this equals to pivot table percentage enter. All right, so let's format it properly. Format painter. Wow, format, yeah. So position it. Okay. So now we can get rid of the legend here. Then we place this here. So it's that simple. What do I have? Nothing. All right, so this is what I have. All right, next thing I want to place the highest, right? Going to copy this, place this here. The highest here is 25, right? 25. So pivot table 25. Format painter to format it properly. All right. So this is what we have. So guys, We have concluded the production volume by supplier, the donor chart. So we are going to do our last visual. We're going to do our last chart. Then we do our, enter our slicer, and that is all. Okay, so now what is the last? Now the last one is table. Table. Now, how do you enter table? There's no function. There's no. If you look at your Excel, if you look at the chart, there's no option for table, right? Option for table. Well, we can create one. We can create ours. We can create ours. So how I'm going to create it? What is the table all about? We are showing supplier name versus defect rates. Supplier name versus defect rates. So we're going to have identifier. We're going to identify suppliers with quality issues. Okay, that is the defect rate. Defect rate, like the rate of the defects by suppliers. So we want to see their quality issues. Okay, so that was calculated in defect rate column. All right, so how do we get it? Look at the one I have here. You see that it's in a table, right? You can see defect rate by supplier. We have the supplier name, we have the defect rate, and we have this you know, conditional icons that shows, you know, that supplier 3, 5 are the highest, followed by supplier 4, 2, then 1. Okay, so how do we get this in Excel? All right, so what I'm going to do is go to a pivot table once again. I'm on the finished, sorry, I'm on the finished, this is where we are coming to. Yeah, yeah. So this is where we are. All right. So I copy this now, paste. All right. So I get rid of the volume. This is defect rate. Okay. So this is defect rate. And from what we have here, these are defect rates, right? Okay. So now I want to have this in a table. First of all, let me get rid of this sum. And let me show you how to do this. We are going to do where we get the table or format the table in another sheet. Okay, because of the way we are going to import to our dashboard. So what we're going to do is I'm going to create another new worksheet like this, right? Create a new worksheet. Then let me place it somewhere here. So I'm going to choose two. Then come back to my pivot table, click on this and enter. So it will appear here. So I populate my table. I have 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have what I did was I transfer the table to this place. Okay. So let me widen it. Right. So I want to get rid of this. Let me have it like this. All right. So this is my supplier name versus defect table. Now, the trick in populating or importing your table from a prepared sheet like this to your dashboard is that you format your table properly here the way you want it to appear in your dashboard. That is how we are going to format it on this sheet here. So it will be reporting from this place. So it will be reporting like the way I have here. This already made dashboard. You look at this dashboard now. Let me unhide I hid it. So this is where I did it, right? So it's reporting from here. So how you want it to look like in your dashboard, that is what you're going to do on the supplier table. All right, let's go back to our own now. So I'm going to do that here now. First thing is I want to remove grid. view, I want to move the grid line. Okay. This one I want to bold it, centralize it. Let me, okay, Latina is okay. I want to give it a space a bit. I think I should have okay, left alignment and right alignment like that. Let me have this one as right alignment. All right, so these are my table, or it will look like, right? Now, next thing is, let me see the way I did this table here. This table here in my dashboard. Okay, there is a horizontal line right here, right? So how do I achieve that here? What I do is I just highlight this, come to home. You see under this border option, just pick bottom, bottom border. But before you pick bottom border, you have to give it a color. So come to line color, line color. So I'm giving it that same 35. Yes. So now let me click it again. Let me click it. Let me give it again. So home. I'll give it bottom. So now it has given me the color. That color. I think let me fade. I think the color is too dark. Is let me change the color to more lighter color. You double click outside. Then this home bottom. All right, so I have that line, right? Now next thing is I want to change the color of this over because this is dark, right? It's very dark. So I want to change the color to not red, to this color. Okay, so we have this. Also, we will reduce the font. So you just format it to the way you want it to be on your, I think this is okay. And the next thing is the conditional formatting, right? So I highlight this aspect, come to home. We have conditional formatting here. So I'm using icon sets. And the icon I use, I think I used was this. Yeah, this was the icon I used. Okay. I use this icon. So the icon I use. And let me go back again. Okay. So let me give it so that I give it the right alignment so that the number will be closer to it. So let me give this one to let me give it right alignment, right? Then reduce this place. Okay, let it be like this, reduce and increase it a bit. Okay, I think it's perfect. Now next thing is, this is not sorted properly, highest to lowest. So let's go back to our pivot table and let's sort this by largest to smallest. Okay, come back to the sheet, you see it is arranged largest to smallest, or smallest to largest. Let's do smallest to largest. I think that would be better. Smallest to largest. Come back here. Yes. So I have it like this. Now I'm done with my table, right? I'm done with the table. So now how do I get it to the dashboard? So I light it. I light copy. Let me alight again. I light it, copy. Copy, come to so how do you paste? You come to your home, under paste function, locate link picture. You see, you click on link picture, so it will paste while linking to the source. So it will paste as a picture, but it linked to the source. So now I can now move this here. You see that? Very simple and straightforward. So now I move it here. So it's a picture now, but it says link to this. So when this is updated, the dashboard here, it will be updated here too. Okay, so I can name this to be supplier table, and I can hide this table because I don't need it, right? I don't want my stakeholder or my here, and that is all, right? That is all. So we have all our visuals populated, created, and arranged. So quickly, let me just show you how to do your insert your what do you call it, your filter, just like how we have here, right? The filter here and the what do you call this now, your navigation icons, and how to link them. Now I did location, demographic, career, and inspection result. So I'm going to be fast on this. It's not difficult, it's very simple. So location, demographic, and so coming to actually I there was something I did not say. As I was saying, this each of these pivot table, you should name them for you to recognize them, for recognition sake, identify them. And how do you name each? If you click on pivot table now, each of the pivot table is named like pivot table, like in series, pivot table 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So sometimes you might not know which pivot table is pivot table 1 or pivot table 2. So here you can change the table. Now I can change this now to KPI. It's like KPI. Then come to the table 2, go to analyze. I can change this one is pivot table 2. I can change it to SKU. So you give it the pivot table names like that. Okay. So but I'm not going to do for all. You can do it when you're having your own practical, or you're having, yeah, you're having your own practical. So now, how do we enter our slicer? So just click on, let's click on this first pivot table. Come to analyze. Here we have insert slicer. So we click on slicer. So we have all the field. So we want to insert location. We want to insert demography, right? Customer demography. I want to insert career or career. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Is it shipping carriers? I want to insert which one again? Inspection results. Inspection results. I think this. Let's stick with this. Okay. So these are the slicers. But mind you, the slicers is only connected to the pivot table that you pick it from, which is the KPI, right? It's only linked to that. So we want to connect it to all of that pivot table. Like for the demographic now, I want to connect it to, if I change it now, you see it's affecting just the KPIs alone. The KPIs alone. So, but I want it to, filter for all other visuals. So what I'll do is I right click on report connection. Click on report connection. Now this comes out. Let's expand it. Now, since it's demography, I think I want it to have, interact with all my pivot table. I would like it to interact with all my pivot table. So okay, all right. So when I click now, so let you see it has begun to interact. It has begun to interact with our pivot table, right? All right. So that's what we want. So for career, now why I said you need to give it name is because now for this one now it's not the pivot table that it should interact with. For example, we have the place where did um we did carry already, like the donut chart. It shouldn't interact with that. Now, but I don't know which one it is, so I need to look for it. This is my one, this is my two, this is my three, this is my 4, 5, 6. Now this one I don't want it to interact with these two, okay, because they're already, presented. So it should not interact with the two. So I have pivots 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7, 6, and 7. So when I come here, right click, report connection. So it should interact with all pivot table except 6 and 7. So I leave 6 and 7 on check. I click the rest, right? Okay. All right. So where is it? When I click on this, it will not affect these two pivot table. Okay, it will not affect, they will not change because it's not interacting with them. All right, so for location, report connection, The port connection can interact with everything. Yes, you can check by location, can interact with everything here. Okay. Likewise for inspection, you can interact with everything. Yes, you can interact with the whole pivot table. Now, let's format our pivot table before we take it over to the dashboard. Right? Let's format it because we don't want to have it like this on the dashboard. It might be nice. So I have already so what you do is you click on any of the dashboard, right? Any, go to option. We have under these slice styles. So we duplicate one of these. I duplicate one of these. Let me call it slicers. Slicers. Now I have how do we format this? I have the guideline already of the color and everything. So we are only formatting all, select item with data and unselected item with data. Okay, so that is the only aspect we will be formatting. So under all, we'll be formatting the field and the field color. This is the field color code 56, 59, 67. So back here, so whole slicer, format paint, we are formatting the field. So more colors, custom 56, 56, 50 what? So 59, 65, 59, 65. So click on OK. Okay. Now next one is selected item with data. Right? Selecting item with data. So we'll be formatting the field and the font. So for the field, we are using 45, 48, 56, right? 45, 48, 56. So for the field, we're using more colors 45, 48, 56. So I said this okay. Mind you, for the border, no border. You have to click none for the border. Now for the font, what is the font? We're using 8 font size, and the fill for the font, what is it? Yeah, is 2551020. 2551020. So we're using this. This is the color place. So we come to more colors, custom. So 2551020. So we're giving it this font color. Okay. And I click on OK. So I want to go back to my old slicer. I want to make sure that the border is none also. Okay. Then let's proceed to we're doing on now. We'll skip selected item with no data. We're going to selected item with data, unselected item with data. So format. So what are we formatting? We're formatting the font and the fill. The font and the fill. So the font is 8 and the fill is 128, 128 all throughout. So the font is 8. The fill, the color will be 128, 128, 128, 128. Okay. Border, no border. The fill is no color. Make sure you click on no color, the fill. Then okay. And that is all. That is all we need to format. Then we click on OK. Then now we go back to the option why the slider selected. Then we now select the custom that we made. Now you see we have this. So the sliders will be like this. And but we want to remove the header. So right click and click on slicer settings. So you uncheck the display header. We don't want the header. We don't want to see the header, right? And also we want to have it in 2 columns, right? 2 columns. So what you do is while selecting the slicer, go to option. Another option, you see columns here. So you change it to 2. Yeah, so I have it in 2 columns like this. So reduce this. Okay. So this is our demography, right? So I can now cut this. No, let me do for the rest first. Let's format for the rest. So this, you just click on it, go and select it, straight up, two columns, right click, slider settings, remove, uncheck display header. Okay, right. So reduce this. These are inspection results. This also option. There's column. I'm using two. Right click, uncheck setting, slider setting, uncheck the display header. Okay. So reduce this. Yes. Then the last one option, click on this, reduce this. Option two, right click, slider settings, and display header, uncheck. Now we have this. So the first one I want to pick is our location. So I cut it, dashboard, go to dashboard field under my slicer here. So I paste. Oh, it appears here. So let me move it. You see, it's already, our stuff is already reflecting our dashboard. Okay, it's already interacting with the visual. So now I just reduce this to fit in this place. Let me take it down a bit. Yes. All right. So the name, which is, so this is what I'm going to do now. I'll copy the name from here now. From here, this one here. The location. I'll copy the location. It's just a text. Control, select them and filter. Copy. Now let's take it to this place. Paste. Right. So I have my location filters. So this location is here, demography, career, and inspection. So demography, let's go pick the rest. Pivot table. Demography is this, okay. Cut. Okay, come to the dashboard, paste it. Okay, you see, this is just simple, straightforward. Let's take it to down here. Let's reduce to fit in. Okay. All right, so just paste it to fit in. Then come to go back to your pivot table. Carrier now. Cut. Dashboard. Paste. And place it below the carrier. Okay. You can just align it to show properly. Okay. And back to pivot table. Cut the last one, dashboard, paste, and reduce. Let's see, increase this more. So let me shift it up. Home. I want to select. No, not selecting this. Select home, right? Select objects. I want to select objects. Let me select all these. So let me move it forward, upward a bit. Yes. Okay. So these are filters. Now filter by, you see, you can filter and your stuff is interactive now. All right. So next thing is now let's add our, what do you call now, navigation icons and link it to our sheet, and that will be all right. One thing I want to add is I want to add my copy this from the resources, the, what do you call it now, the filter, icon and I place it here, right? Also the resources, I can take this as a logo. Just take this as a logo. Don't mind me, this is not it's not Green Data Solution logo. Remember, it's Green Data Solution that gave us this project, or just find just an object, And the title, let me just copy a title from here. I don't want to keep typing, copy. So I gave it smart supply chain inside dashboard, right? There's a slicer here. This slicer is just is the prototype, right? Cosmetic hair care and skincare, which I believe you can do, and you can insert yourself here. So it's just a prototype I put here because there's no space here. So okay, let me put it here. So I want to check for just cosmetic alone, but it is not interactive with this aspect, these two, because they are already presented here, cosmetic and you know by revenue and by sales distribution. Okay, so let's come over here, close this. All right. Icons, so just select them. So am I selecting everything? So copy my dashboard, paste them. So place them here. Okay. So I have the home. The home is this dashboard here, right? This will link to my table. So how do I link it to the table? How do I link the icon to the table? Very, very simple. Just click on this these are the sheets that are available in this document. So where do you want it to link it to? I want to link it to data table. So to link to data table, and I click on OK. All right. So when I click on it, you see, it brought me here. All right. So, but we need an icon that will take us back to the dashboard. And for that, I'm going to go to resources also. Pick do I have it? Oh, the icon is not here. The back icon is not here. Let me get it from here. Mm, let me get it from here. Okay, this is it. So let me copy it, take it to our data table. So let me paste it here. Uh, let me be sure. Let me be sure where I am. Sorry. Okay, this is where we are. I think I want to move it right. Let me remove the hyperlink first because I copied the hyperlink, right? So now we add the hyperlink, right click, link. So I want it to take me to dashboard. Okay. So when I click on it, I'm back to dashboard. When I click on this, I'm back to the table, right? So when I click on this, back to dashboard. Now this one should link us to our, although this logo doesn't pivot table, but it's a logo that I have presently. So let me link it to the pivot table, right? All right. So when I this, let me table and place it somewhere here, and link and change it to dashboard. The dashboard we have come and see is interactive. Now you can see by this, by each country, I know country, so it's interactive, and we have able to conquer the problem and the objective. So thank you so much. If you have any question, please do ask. Thank you so much for sticking around, for staying this long time. Oh, it's actually much. Over to you, Chioma. Abi
Wow,
Chisomia,
wow,
Chisom.
wow, 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 wow. Thank you so, so much. Wow, I can't even believe this, honestly. This is the part of Microsoft Excel that most of us have not really exploited, right? And I am more than excited to be part of this. And thank you so much, James, for uh, facilitating this section. I really learned a whole lot, and I know others also. I know each and every one of us on this section. In this section, grabbed one or two things from what you've taught us. So thank you so much, James. I can't even thank you enough. I really, really appreciate this. This takes creativity to come up with something like this, and I'm excited to be part of this. So thank you so much. With I don't think we have much questions. Many of Okay, someone said thank you so much for the time and impactful section. Thank you. And many of us are joining from some different parts of the country, and I know it's very late now. This is a global program, and some persons may not be able to stay till the end. And I believe they will go back to the video, download the video, and try and come up with their own analysis. If you like, you can add your own spice. Okay, so please try and be creative about it. I would like to see some of the dashboard on LinkedIn. And right now, our Elnora will be sharing some links. Please do well to connect with us. Okay, someone says share the data set. So Enora will be sharing the link to the resources, data sets and resources used in this section. So go ahead and check it out, and
Ah,
you
I know
know
the unit.
come up with your own project. Okay, so please link to James LinkedIn URL page will be shared in the section as well, in the comment section. Please do well to follow him. This is the only thing we can tell him. Do well to connect with him on LinkedIn, and connect with Green Data Solution on LinkedIn. And also, you can follow me on LinkedIn. My name is Chitumi Bemere on LinkedIn as well. So please, if you have any question after this section, or if you encounter any issues trying to go over the project, please do well to reach out to me or reach out to James. I know he will be more than excited to put you through. So if you want to join our WhatsApp community, the link will be shared as well in the comments. Please do go ahead and share, and join the our WhatsApp community. Please do us a favor by subscribing to our YouTube channel. We have other amazing programs coming up. Please follow us, subscribe to our channel, follow us on our page on LinkedIn at Green Data Solution. Please follow us so that you don't miss out um, on our subsequent program. So thank you so much, James. I don't want to I don't want to keep us any longer here. I know we've spent over almost 4 hours on this section. Trust me, I know me personally, I enjoyed this section. So someone says she can't find the link, so I'll check it out right away, and then I will share so please, one more thing. If you're going to work on, or if you're working on this project, I know many of us will work on this project. Please do well to include the insights you got from the project when you finish, because we don't have enough time to go over all of this, to interpret the data set and then give our recommendation. So please, when you complete the project or when you complete the analysis, do well to include the insights and recommendation from the supply chain analysis which you carried out. So please, I will be more than excited to uh, go through our um, projects on LinkedIn. Please, you can share on any other platform. Twitter, I am on Twitter, and share on any other platform you wish. But also, please don't forget to share on LinkedIn. Please, thank you very much for joining us today. And if you have any further question, if you have any issues, you can reach out to us, Green Data Solutions 068 at gmail.com. So tomorrow, we'll be sharing. I'll be you have access to this recorded version of this, so you can download it. You can go start from the beginning to watch again and then practice. Please be to to be perfect. They say practice makes perfect, so you need to practice more to be able to be perfect. Okay. And I as you can as he said earlier when he started, he said that most of the job he got on LinkedIn was because of the kind of visual, because of the way he presented his visual or visualization, or how beautiful his dashboard is, right? So it doesn't end there. Every part of all the process in data analysis are all important, from your analysis, from your cleaning, transformation, data analysis, and visualization. All of them are very, very important. So you have to be very meticulous and you have to be very careful when working on your project. So I'll be sharing these links. Okay, someone said WhatsApp link. I'll be sharing the links right away on in the comment section. If you have any question, if you have anything to say, please go ahead and put it in the chat. So please, thank you so much once again, James. I don't know how to even thank you. I really,
Thank you.
really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, you're
And
welcome.
to you
You're welcome.
all for sticking with us till now. I really appreciate. So this is the
Mm,
I'll be sending right away the facilitators link. Please, please, please follow him on LinkedIn. So I just sent the link to James LinkedIn URL. Please follow him on LinkedIn. Okay. This is the link to the resources. I've shared it before now. Resources and data sets. So please, you will see it now in the next few minutes. So I've sent it now. So another one is okay, Green Data Solution LinkedIn. So I'll be sending it right away. So Green Data, follow Green Data Solution on LinkedIn. So please, yeah, hope you can see all the links I'm sending right away. Please try and click on them and then, follow us. So our WhatsApp link is okay. Come join us on WhatsApp so that you don't miss out on any important updates. Okay. So thank you once. Please let's encourage him. Let's encourage him. If you reach out to him on LinkedIn, connect with him on LinkedIn and help us say thank you to him. So thank you so much for joining us today. We'll be ending the section uh, right away. So thank you for joining us. Just use the links and connect with us, connect with the facilitator. You can also go through the resources and the Excel file, okay, on the data set. So thank you for joining us, and to my team for making these events worthwhile. I really appreciate you all. So thank you so, so much. Thank you, James.